problem.
Hey, boys.
What's up?
Hey, yeah.
Hello. How in the hell are you all doing? Real quick, can we introduce, before we get into the whole thing, a good friend of the show, even though he's never been on the show, a good friend of the show. First time in studio, first time in the new studio, we have Vishnu.
Oh, look at it, everybody. Look at Josh.
Hello.
Mr. Josh.
It's an honor.
Big
Hello.
dick energy. Like, hey, look, friend of the show, never been on the show. Hey, like co-host guy, check this guy out. Friend of the show. Well, all right.
Well, listen.
Why do you look like?
Listen, I'm all. I'm all flustered. You're all flustered. We're all flustered. You know.
I just realized his mic is lighted.
It is. His mic is light. That's you. You are very observant, Vishnu. It's very astute.
You got a
of you.
sharp one, Josh. I had my doubts. Now
This is what
doubt
happens when
no
you take
more.
a shot.
Yeah, Eli.
podcast.
I'm not gonna lie, Vishnu. Today, Eli messaged me. He's like, "Listen, I'm not sure how astute this Vishnu guy is. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wave my microphone in front of the screen, and let's see if he sees this. This is a light up microphone, and boy, oh boy, that's the first. You didn't even say hello. You said light up microphone.
Yeah.
That's how we knew.
Like
Because
full
it wasn't lit
transparency.
before. That's why.
Yeah, there it is. There it is again.
Full transparency. When you mentioned his name, Josh, I got a little nervous. Okay, because you know that name. Yeah, it just
What,
felt a little sus
Panjo?
to me, bro.
When I mentioned Panjo's name, you got nervous?
What? Huh? No, the Vishnu guy.
I'm joking. It's a
bro.
joke. Remember, we
Panju.
had-
I called him Panju.
Panju.
You would love that.
He would though. He would. He would.
Yes, he would.
He would enjoy that. He was very, very tribally Jewish, and he would let you know how Jewish he. And like, if there was a good Jew joke, he was like, "That was fucking awesome." He would say that. Yeah, he was totally fucking all in. Well, so welcome to Stuck at Night. You see how my monitor just does that sometimes? It always freaks me out. Welcome to Stuck at Night. We haven't been on in a while. Our lovely one of two, Mr. Eli, sir. Friend of the show, Brock Caro.
Hello.
New friend of the show, Vishnu Yo. And me, Boo. What's up?
Yeah.
We're live on YouTube and Rumble right now. I have to let you know, we're only going to be on YouTube for about a half an hour. We're gonna get, into we're gonna say some bad words. We might play some copyrighted music. All the things that YouTube despises. Go to Rumble in a half an hour. We'll let you know when we're clicking over. So, with that out of the way, now we just get bummed again. You want to get bummed again? Let's get bummed again.
Sure.
Might I add some fun little caveats before the great bumming?
I would appreciate if you added fun caviar.
I've never had
And can you
caviar.
please not refer to it as the great bumming? That
The great
Man,
bumming.
it
doesn't
sticks.
sound good at all.
It sticks in the spirit of Panju and our relationship that we never quite fully went transparent about how we were bum brothers, which merely means we'd walk around, we knew our shit didn't stink, and people would take a look at our bum. Weird story, just made it up. Just saying. So here, okay. YouTube loves us, right? We're demonetized. I just want to say COVID was a grand old lie to strip our freedoms, and the election was pretty damn fraudulent and censorship.
What do you do? What do you
YouTube channels down now?
What are you doing?
No. This is a terms of service, man. They let me get away with this. They just take away my advertisers a little bit. What else?
This is what happens when you have light in
They're
your
trying to
mic.
cancel Russell Brand with allegations, no evidence.
I love how like Eli's like, how can I bring this ship down immediately?
COVID. People in the pharmaceutical industry profiteered $1,000 a minute, and we made 40 new billionaires within the pharmaceutical industry.
Eli's
while
like-
we, the taxpayers, footed the bill.
Eli's
Okay,
like,
so
y'all
let's
ever
get
hit an
started.
iceberg before?
Say what about icebergs?
I said, you
That was
just
a sponsor-
asked
that was
us
a
if we
sponsor,
ever
right?
hit an iceberg before. Y'all ever hit an iceberg before? Because we're about to hit one right now, dude. Full steam
Yeah,
ahead. Choo choo.
Iceberg dead
That's
ahead.
exactly what he did.
I hope everybody enjoyed the iceberg.
You were the
There's more.
captain of the Titanic right there.
Is anyone alive out there?
And the deckmate ran. He was like, iceberg ahead. And you were like, oh, fuck off. Straight through it. Just fuck off. Get your bullshit out of here. That's what you just did.
Oh,
You
God.
jump, I jump, right, Eli?
With what? Who? Huh? What? What I hear? Did I hear buy something? Buy
There's water. There's water getting in the bottom two levels right now. We have to airlock the
Well
bottom
made.
two.
Oh, it's okay. We all love Biden here, and we know Hunter's clean as a baby's bottom or something. Yeah,
Call from
Okay.
Hashtag fuck Eli.
Damn. Hashtag. That
Was that
wasn't supposed to.
Panjo?
It wasn't supposed to come up like that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh my god! I was waiting. I was trying to do a segue into that for later, and the fucking tab just opened up.
Panjo's here in spirit.
He
okay?
just
From
That
the
was
outside, he's like, "You know
a
what?
Panjo thing.
Fuck this guy."
Wow.
Well, I mean, I
Panjo
definitely
response
deserved
from the
any
heavens.
of the.
Wow.
You know, I went on my little guilt trip because Josh, as you have taught me, we always make a loss about us. And the first thing that my mind went to was not all the great times we had. It wasn't how much I loved that guy and how we had plans to have pizza toppings with some high school friends. It was that stupid beef that I got into with him over pettiness, over my ego.
You never.
Yeah.
Let you pick it up from there, but real
How
quick.
dare you?
The whole reason why we're here tonight and why we're kind of hanging out is our dear friend and friend of the show, but more importantly, good friends to myself, Vishnu, Brock, Eli, Panjo, Benjamin Sweet. He passed away on September 15th of this year, essentially out of nowhere. You know, the man, he's always had a fighting spirit. He's been through this multiple times, and it was just the unfortunate turn of events of this time where it was too much for him. It wasn't the timing did not work out, and because of that stupid fucking timing, we lost a dear friend. We lost Panjo.
Yeah.
I'm really behind on this one important aspect. I know the technicality that took him out, but what was the actual illness? Was it cancer?
Cancer.
No,
Yeah, I don't know. I just know
No.
how he was found and what happened. What was the illness he was combating?
Okay. Yeah, he wasn't found. I
He was
never
found
got
in his bedroom.
No.
We don't
No.
We don't
He
know
was at the
that. We don't know
hospital.
that.
He was
Yeah,
in
in the
the
hospital.
didn't know.
Yeah.
He was in the hospital
He was
for
in the hospital.
close to 30 for about almost a month.
Yeah.
And we just found out.
Yeah.
Essentially, it was about a month, and he's gone. He's had hospital stays before that
Yeah.
lasted quite some time. You know, as we all know, he's had some health issues. Just being here on this earth, he was unfortunately given health issues from the jump, and he battled that like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He fought that. He was given not too long, and he far exceeded that time, and then some.
Way.
That's
exceeded.
Panjo. That's the fighting spirit he had. This time he went to the hospital sometime, I guess, at the end of August, towards the end of August, and it just started. This time he couldn't pull through, and I just learned something from Vishnu that I thought was just like, fuck. Man.
I mean, I learned all of this through text.
Right.
So take it how it is, but I don't know all the details really. But I know that he was battling with not having like kidneys
He was on dialysis
or something
again.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I don't know if it's blood poisoning. I really don't know
He
like
went-
what really took him out.
Basically,
specifically.
essentially, that's what it.
Last
Yeah.
time I remember I hung out with him on Christmas one time, and this was just after he got out of the hospital. I think he had gone septic this time and was on a shitload of. I remember one of the crazy and this is kind of when Panjo and I reconnected again. This is maybe in 2013 ish, and my dad had gone up to New York for Christmas this time, so I was hanging out down here, and I had nothing to do on Christmas, so I went over and I hung out with Panjo on Christmas. And he had just gotten out of the hospital, so he needed kind of some transportation around. And he was all fucked up. He had no teeth, but he was just so joyous
Happy.
and chipper. And it was like Christmas is also some Muslim holiday, or it fell on a Muslim holiday. And I remember I took him to the bodega, and he was just walking around, and just he looked homeless. Just because of the vibe he had, he didn't give a fuck about his clothes, and he was just walking up to random people and it's not praise be Muhammad, but it was just Assalamu alaikum. He was just dapping everybody, and they were all kind of like, what the fuck? But he was just doing his thing, just saying it to everybody, and they were like, what the fuck at first, and then when that same person saw him do it to the next person, they were like, all right, it's cool. They realized it wasn't fucking around, but it was just so he was just up in everybody's face.
Yeah.
And this was right after he had gotten out of the hospital this one time. So the dude was always a fighter. No matter he he was born with
Yeah.
that fighting spirit, and this time it just
Was it just that he had a very compromised immune system?
He had
Basically?
compromised everything, unfortunately. Like
Okay.
from the jump,
yeah,
you know.
when you
like
When I was his roommate, I mean, he was suffering from, I think he was being like, it was diabetic or whatever.
he had
was
both. He had
horrifically
diabetes
diabetic.
1
Yeah.
and 2. He was
And I mean,
both.
this guy had like things plugged out of him and whatnot, and
Yeah.
into machines
He
and whatnot.
when I first met him when I was 15, I think it was. He he already knew he was diabetic, I'm pretty sure at that point, but he at that point he didn't really care. He didn't really understand what that meant, I don't think.
He was born that
He's a-
way, by the way.
Yeah. So he was just eating whatever he wanted, doing whatever he wanted. And he was a pretty chunky kid at that point.
Panjo was chunky.
He was.
Panjo was a chunky little monkey, bro, back in the day.
He had a little fat spell.
Yeah, he
Really?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I didn't see him for like 4 years. And then it's the Panjo we all knew. I was just like, holy shit, dude. You know,
He was so good at keeping like he didn't want to burden you with his health
Ever.
stuff, right? We were on tour in 2009. Duke and myself were in the hotel room. Panjo just gets out of the shower,
Oh, you guys were on tour.
and he gets out of the shower and he's ghost white. Panjo is, and we're just like, Duke and I are like, what the fuck is, and like we're just kind of talking to ourselves, not like out loud, like what the fuck, but Panjo's just like, I don't feel good, man. He's just like, he opens his glucose tablets and he's just like, he kind of, and everything is in slow motion. Panjo, he sits on the bed and he just lays back on the bed. He's just glucose tablet. And Duke and I are like, all right, well, we're going to leave. We're going to go downstairs. So we just
know.
we just left a diabetic Panjo, like going through like a sugar low. So we get down to the van, and I tell my dad, he's like, yeah, Panjo's acting weird. He's taking his glucose. He's like, what the fuck? He runs up with an orange, runs up to the hotel,
Grateful for your
runs up
dad
with an
right
orange,
there.
and gives Panjo the orange. He just like comes back to life because of the
Yeah.
the sugar. And we're just like,
Your dad
oh my God, we almost, Panjo, we almost lost Panjo at that. But like, there was no moment where Panjo was like, hey, I need help. He was just like, nah, I'm good. But you could tell he wasn't good.
Yeah,
But
you knew
because
he
his
wasn't good.
words were saying, nah, I'm good. He just eat his glucose tablets slowly. We're like, we're going to let you have your space, I guess. This is like a personal, we didn't know. We didn't know, you know?
Yeah.
Hands down, he was absolutely one of the most spirited individuals, despite every ailment he has ever had. And even when I had my very petty issues with him that I'll forever regret, that I need to let go of, because we finally got to good terms and hugged it out, because he's so easy to, make up with. He was just always, no matter what it was, no matter how disgusting I or aggressive I may have been with him, he was always so gracious and ready for forgiveness. He was just literally, and I hear everybody describe it the same. He's just the sweetest human being you'll ever know.
And
Yeah.
and going off with what you said though, too, like he made being his friend easy.
So
You know what
easy.
I mean? Like someone said, thank you for being a great friend. And I was like, I didn't have to do anything. He just made
Yeah.
being a great friend easy to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like,
I only knew him from his stage presence, like I was telling
Yeah,
you, like
man.
I only saw him. I was a fan from just afar, from just him performing at shows, and I never spoke to him after shows. It was just like like that's all it was. So I assumed if if I was to ever meet this guy that he would just have this ego and like I don't have time to talk to you and like all that stuff.
right.
And it wasn't until I was his roommate, I was honestly like thrown off, like, hey, it's literally like in the photo, just like that.
Yeah.
Like with the cigarette, smoking coffee.
Yeah.
Constantly.
And I'm talking like, I mean, teddy bears is not even the right word. It's like, I mean, just like, you can feel the healing vibe from him. I can't explain it. Like, you're just like, what? I'm expecting him to be like screaming over you, or just again like I don't have time for you, but I can't explain it. It's just like this very like guru vibe.
I didn't know how loved he was. Have you guys seen the I was gonna say the OnlyFans.
The GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe,
Yeah.
like the mother only asked for X amount, and it's
And she's doubled it.
absolutely exceeded.
But by the way,
amount of
she didn't.
people.
Somebody set the GoFundMe
So,
up for
yeah,
her, so
set it
like
up for
she
her.
didn't ask anything. She wasn't
Yeah.
asking for anything, and this was just set up for her. And it just goes to show you how many people
Really
loved Panjo
connected.
because of how much Panjo loved them. Because
Yeah.
the goal was like 15,000, and I'm pretty sure as we
It's like
speak,
34. at
it's
this point.
well past 30. Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to I'm going to share that GoFundMe link in both Rumble and the YouTube chat real quick.
Like I always knew that he was a fighter the whole time, but where I really got to know that is when Josh and I worked out with Panjo. Because the
I'll pull
last
that
thing
pic
you
up.
could ever picture is Panjo working out, bro. That kid worked. You know,
You mean like
he went
like,
tit
like,
for tat with everything that we did, and it was just impressive to
Yeah.
me.
He was trying to get in shape, and like he saw, like he was just trying to like be more active, and like he saw Brock doing his thing. He saw myself doing my thing. He was just like, "Yo, let me fucking work out with you guys." He was just so pumped. Like
I was so excited too.
he had that Panjo energy. You know, let me.
Oh, there's
you-
Duke.
Oh, look who it is!
you want to see
What's up, man?
you want to see his strength.
Look, it's Duke.
Yeah.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's-
sweetheart?
Hey,
First of all, what's up, Brock and
What's
Eli?
up,
How you
dude?
doing?
How you doing, man?
Can't, there's too many squares. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I
That's just
know.
Brock.
Wait, no, that's just all of us. We're all squares here.
That's how I took it. That's okay.
turkey.
How does it sound, by the way? It's like
Great,
shit or
Great.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it sounds
good.
perfect.
It's
Sounds
good,
incredible.
man. Yeah, I'm trying
If
to.
VCs could talk, I'd imagine it would sound somewhat similar as your voice.
Well,
But yeah,
thank you.
that picture right there encapsulates everything.
I believe he's calling you a doo-doo head, Duke. You gonna take that?
That's a beautiful picture. Where was that?
My garage.
Oh yeah, one of the podcasts.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but we did that incidentally. We were like, Panjo wanted to work out with Josh and I.
We worked
Yeah.
out, and then
You
right
had that
after.
little guy working out.
Dude, I was just saying he killed it.
Wow.
You know, the only thing that, was hard for him to keep up. He wasn't really a runner.
Was the sprints at the end,
Yeah.
but he still did it.
Spent
He still did it. Yeah. He crossed the line every
Damn.
single time. May
I
have
would just
crawled
like
across
to-
the line that last time. He still did it. Definitely.
I just want to communicate to the chat first off a big hello to Queen Survivor, D. Libby, Katie, who also knew Panjo, Actions Not Distractions, anybody that I missed, Unspecified Podcast, Independent Many, Kenneth, my boy Kenneth, Slim Reaper, welcome, thank you, and Karscar OG. We did just drop Panjo's GoFundMe that will go to his family to help with the funeral.
Yeah. And thanks for just putting that out there, Duke. I didn't know anything about it until you posted it.
Thank you.
Same.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Apparently, it's doing really well, and it just shows how much everybody cared about the guy. You know,
And
That's awesome.
absolutely.
I just
and
told.
his mom. If you ever met her, she's an amazing woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can tell that by the fact she didn't even ask for any of this. Like it took somebody else to do
Right.
it for her,
yep.
to ask
That's-
for anything.
Speaks to exactly how apparently the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, like mother like son, sweet people never ask anything of you, and always that man was willing to just give me stuff and give me something just out of the blue, man.
Yep.
Duke.
You know.
I was just telling the boys how much we cared for him back in 2009 when we left him during a diabetic episode. We just
Yeah, where
walked.
you
We just
almost-
walked away.
We left him.
You-
I don't remember that.
He's just like, I don't even remember that.
You liar! Remember he came out of the shower with the towel wrapped around himself, and he just
Yeah,
slowly
yeah.
sat in the bed taking glucose tablets. And you and I went downstairs to the van, and we're like, "Yeah, Panjo's out." We just we nonchalantly said something to my dad, and he ran upstairs with like orange juice or an orange, and like he kind of like he Call of Duty'd Panjo back to life. Like he gave him he brought him back. He
Gave him that energy drink.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh,
yeah. That was.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead, Eli.
No, you just got here. Go on.
Yeah, you got here.
No, I was just gonna say, that was the first time we ever really saw his health struggles. Like he'd always talk about it nonchalantly, playing it down, and you could never tell with his positive spirit. But
And
yeah, he just like passed out on the bed. He's nonverbal. Josh and I, the real story is that we were freaking out, kind of, and he was just like, "No, just Just give me my glucose pills. I'll be fine.
I don't know.
And-
I thought he wanted to lay down and maybe like jerk off or something. He had the towel down. He's
How
going
old were you
down
guys?
slowly. I was like, let's give the guy some
Oh, it's
space.
like 2 years ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 28 and they were like 25, 24
Wait,
maybe.
You guys were that okay?
This
all
is 2009.
You guys were
2009, yeah.
in your
Oh, wow.
older 20s, and you couldn't.
I was
figure-
in my older 20s.
Well,
Everybody
hold on.
else was young.
And to be honest, unless you've experienced somebody that's full blown diabetic, like you've lived in their life and you know what signs are,
Yeah.
you don't know. You have no idea.
And like,
Just
listen,
came out of
no,
nowhere and
Brock is
he's on the
100%
bed,
right.
nonverbal, you know.
and like if you don't ask for help, as Panjo did, because he was too
Right.
badass to say a word about it, he's like, no, we're good. I'm just gonna eat my glucose tablets and slowly fade
Give
out.
me a Snickers.
Yeah, nothing,
Give
no-
me some sugar.
You know,
and-
that's he had
I
it.
always knew how bad I thought I knew until I sat here and had the conversation with him in this house. Like I didn't know. Like I thought it was like a 7 out of 10, and he's like, "No, dude, it's like a 15 out of 10." And I'm just gonna lay it down for you, and I'm not gonna be upset about it at all.
Brock, were
always
you
spoke-
were you able to do one of your broadcasts with Panjo?
He did 3 of them.
I
With
gotta
Panjo,
read
right?
this.
It's the highest
Yeah.
rated episode I have. Just
Oh,
over
yeah, well,
10,000 listens.
He was absolutely the most loved out of everybody that went there. So.
It's not that, man. It's I think it speaks more to his story. Like even people I know that listen that had no idea who he is. Like people that lived in
Right.
Australia, people that lived all over the world, were just like, man, there's just something about him. And
It's so funny you
there's
say
no
that.
lie. No lie. I was, like I said, I was like 15 when I met him. He was 14. I think he was a year younger than me. And,
oh, wow.
And I was just
Yeah,
like,
you've known him longer
You've
than
known longer,
anybody
yeah.
here.
yeah,
Yeah. If
And
sorry,
yeah, like the whole time, it's just like I was 15 going, yo, that 14-year-old, bro, that kid's got something. You know, I was like, I thought he was like 19, honestly, at the time. And he's like, nah, bro, I'm like 14. I was like, oh, I'm garbage. And
Say,
every conceivable
bro,
way.
That's
Brock,
how
Brock,
every
if you-
musician felt in South Florida. We're like, fuck, should I
Yeah.
quit?
if
I
you
just want to be friends with this guy.
Yeah,
And-
this kid's
yeah.
figured it out, and I'm over here struggling.
Say Vishnu,
since you've known
you,
him, since you've known him,
Oh,
sorry,
Vish.
if you've known,
Hey.
hey, what's up, brother? If you've known him since you've known him the longest, Brock, how did you first meet him? Like, I want to know the
so
story of all that. Like, tell me the
I
origins.
met, like they used to play at a place here called Club Q. It used to be Big Dogs.
my
2, I think.
first venue.
And Davey.
My
Yeah,
first,
Davey.
this is the first
So
venue I've ever played.
Simple Kill played there for like the first 3 years of their life.
Wow.
And we started our
Wow.
band about 6 months after Simple Kill started. So we were seeing them all the time there, and that's
Mhm.
where I met him. Like,
Did you
directly
ever
after
play
the show.
with you ever play
14?
with Non-Point or Marilyn Manson there? Because they were like big
No,
there.
Nonpoint had just left there when I started doing music. Like they played
Nicks?
their final show there. And I remember there used to be bleachers at Club Q, and they played their final show there, and Newfound Glory was playing that same night.
Wow. Yes, I remember. Holy shit!
Back when they
What
had a
the
scene,
fuck?
yeah.
Yeah,
Simple
exactly.
Kill opened.
Yeah.
say Josh, if I
Wow. Damn.
sorry,
Sorry.
if I sent you a link
What
to a
the
video of
fuck?
him performing, you want to maybe play that?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I want to play.
Wow.
You got to do Simple Kill to do it justice, because that's
Yeah.
how we all.
and we
You
have,
just
Type
but
we
in
all
Simple
like,
Kill, any Simple Kill
wow.
performance on YouTube. It'll come up.
also too, I have the acapella of Panjo doing Bullseye, where you just hear his raw fucking screams. It's fucking brutal. I forgot if it was Brock or Eli or Duke saying, just you could tell how much he's loved. I made a
It's both
post.
Duke and I.
Yeah, I think it was everybody, right? Essentially,
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
all. I made a post on Panjo and I. He was kind of like my nerdy weed buddy. We talk and
It's so weird
it-
because he
go
was
ahead.
he was so not
straight
a
edge.
smoker.
He was so
until-
straight edge. Yeah.
He was like against it. Every time we'd bring it around, he would be like, "You guys get a fucking real hobby or something." Like, he,
Wow.
Yeah, he
Really?
was.
Wow.
Yeah. Like all during theory of disorder, maybe even Kezi didn't smoke, didn't want to smoke. I don't even think he drank much. He didn't want to do
No.
anything. And then, like, I remember when we reconnected, it was a smoking Panjo, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And he-
Smoking banjo.
Yeah.
That sounds like a drink, dude.
Dude, let's make it. And he had all this weed knowledge that
Absolutely.
I didn't have. I was like, I've been smoking. He's like, yeah, you know, terpenes. They're and live rosin. He got me on the concentrates, and he showed me to this Reddit, which is called FL Medical Trees. It's like essentially where you go, like anybody who lives in Florida, you know, like there's reviews on latest bud in dispensaries. There's like, yo, this bud just dropped at this dispensary. This, you know, it's just like, it's a place to go where you can kind of see what's popping and what's not. Okay, I'm going to go to dispensary. I'm going to go to this one and grab that. Well, I made a post on Reddit for Panjo, just say, you know, keep my nerdy weed buddy in your thoughts. And it's one of the highest posts on that Reddit. It's got 361 upvotes. 138 comments. It's up on the screen right now. I just said, please keep my friend Benjamin in your thoughts. Dab, smoke a fat one in his honor. You know, the one buddy you can have your nerdy weed conversation with. Tell me about the sub, blah, blah. I just kind of made it more sub pertaining, and like everyone was like, yo, you know, sorry for, you know, I'm smoking one right now for your friend. Like, as if it's hard to ask stoners to smoke weed. Hey, do you mind smoking? Sure. Give me an excuse. But one person was like, does this guy go by Panjo? I feel like so all random people on fucking subreddit knew Panjo. You know, it's just crazy.
Can I just say how much I love that photo of him?
I know.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
I want to take credit
no
for
homo, but he was a beautiful guy.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, come
Hey,
on, man.
hey,
I mean,
the
that
eyes, come
that
on.
hair, the eyes. I mean, celebrity. That was the first thing I noticed right off the bat. I was like, yeah, he's gonna go far.
Listen, I'm taking credit for this photo. I did not take this photo. This photo's been there, but I was the first one. I was like, this is the photo of Panjo I'm sharing. And then that got shared around. So I'm making it about me right now, and I'm taking credit for this photo.
Yeah.
Well, little
yeah, go fuck yourself.
he had me so
The photographer's like,
damn.
damn.
When Brokeback Mountain came out, I was thinking of calling him and just going to watch it, even though I didn't really know him back then, like didn't know he existed. By the way, I did send you its cell phone footage. If you have better footage, go with it. But our homegirl Kate did post this on her Facebook, so I sent it to our Stuck in the Middle chat.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right meow.
I couldn't find any videos of Chunky Panjo. They're all of
I
like,
can't imagine.
Oh my god! Yeah. If you see
Look at this
pictures of
fucking
him
guy.
as a kid, he was really big.
he's a chunky monkey, bro. When I met him, he still had like these fat cheeks and the long hair.
Wow, so you knew him even back then? Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take us off the screen.
Oh, yes. This will be, even if the audio's not great, the video's still gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking see the play.
First time I've seen him on stage.
I love the simple goes on.
The audio shit, but it's all right.
I don't
And
find
so with Simple Kill, for those who don't know, Simple Kill,
backstory to this video.
the
Yeah,
drummer
origins.
the drummer John is the clean singer. So this guy's laying down some sick clean vocals while he's drumming, and then you have Panjo, the front man, who does all the screams.
Correct.
A little fun fact.
Background to this video. This was at Legends Theater at the Hard Rock. And this is Simple Kill. It was for a show we played with them. We went on right after this, and this was a crazy show. This was, I think, the last time I actually saw Simple Kill play live.
Bro, what year was this?
Like 07.
I think I went to this show.
I
You
might
might
have gone
have.
too.
Brock, what was the name of your band?
You
Second
might have,
Sin.
honestly.
So who else played Second Sin?
This wasn't
Simple Kill?
the one we played with Mindspin.
No, I know, but I think I attended.
There was some like, this was this 93 Rock? I think this was a show for 93 Rock that we
What
played.
band were you in, Brock?
Second Sin.
You remember
Back
Second
in the
Sin?
Dizzy.
What the fuck?
Is it just me again? Because
With
I was
Pachi, by the way.
Yeah, with
Remember?
Pachi.
Gosh.
Vishnu had no idea Panjo was in Theory of Disorder with us.
I didn't know. No,
Temporarily.
because I know Rick.
Yeah.
is there audio coming from that video? Because I don't hear anything.
No, I'm just kind of playing. I don't want
He
to.
had it on mute. It's
Yeah.
just
Oh,
for the
okay, okay.
performance.
It's like an
Just making
alternate
sure.
universe.
There's always audio issues on my end.
There's, I don't know, man. There was
The Panjo verse.
exactly. There's nobody I know that had ever came in contact with him that that didn't have a distinct memory. There's people I
There's the mic
contacted
swing.
after this all happened that haven't heard his name in probably 15 years, and they were like, "You got to be kidding me."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to the audience right now, the supporters, he did exceed the doctor's prognosis that said, you know, probably got till 30 by 8 or 9 years, and that speaks to what a fucking fighter he is, was, and always will be. If there is an afterlife, which I cannot claim to know, I know he is still fighting some worthy fight and cause.
I don't want to put away too much information, but just to show you how loving he was and how he put other people before himself. There was somebody who was going through a difficult time. They had just lost somebody, and he stops his dialysis treatment short to go and kind of console them, to go comfort them. What?
I wish I had MySpace, all the messages I had from MySpace.
You got plenty of space right now, Brock. I don't know what you're...
Because after my mom passed, Panjo was one of the first people who, after the information kind of got out, contacted me through MySpace. And I was just like, man, you didn't have to do that at all. You didn't, you know? And that's just who he was as a human being.
Well, you know what they say? Fellow fat guys got to stay together.
He was already skinny Panjo.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I thought this was I thought this was fat Panjo.
You know, this is a little inside baseball, but I've never edited anything on the podcast. But I did edit one thing, and that was for Panjo's episode. It was like we started, and right when we started, it wasn't hi, hey, what's going on, all that stuff. We were just generally talking, and he's like, I was like, yeah, so blah blah blah, what do you plan on doing in a few years and stuff like that. We were talking about future plans. He's like, dude, I'm not making it to 40.
Wow.
No shit.
Like, what? Like and I had to get rid of that because I didn't want that to be the note that everything started on. It's like, well, welcome to
that's
you know.
He's never really admitted that to
but
many
he was
people.
real.
Yeah.
And, you know, because I think he knew like the gravity of the conversation.
Brock, how old are you?
How old
I
is
am
he?
39. So he was 38. Or he just missed his fucking birthday. He was turning 39. His birthday is September 27th, same day as my grandpa's birthday. Or it's the 21st or the 27th. He fucking missed his birthday. Panjo did.
Yeah.
Didn't he die at the beginning of a Jewish holiday, by the way?
He did.
Yes.
Right, spot on.
Like
I
the
was
Jew
like,
he
dude,
is.
you knocked that shit out of the
I
fucking
can see
park,
Panjo
right?
just fucking strong arm and like
He started on the new Jewish New Year.
I'm a new Jew, motherfucker. You know, I'm a new
I'm around
Jew.
this year, technically.
What was his birthday? Did you say September 21st?
It's the 21st. I believe it's the 27th. I don't know why the
27th,
21st is creeping in my mind, but
yeah.
I believe it's the 27th.
September? Because mine's the 22nd.
September,
Yeah, his birthday's the 27th. Yep.
Damn, coming up Friday.
Yeah, dude, I got like a 3-day event.
Are you checking out before your birthday too, or what's going on?
Am I what now? Am I? Oh yeah. I'm considering all my options.
You know what? Like the only
Don't do that, please.
yeah, please don't.
No, it might be the gout that takes.
That's why it's a 4-day thing.
Gout,
The gout.
gout, let it all out.
I have since the gout inflammation, the 4 days I couldn't walk. I got clean again. It's a break. I'll never say quitting again. No alcohol, no soda, dieting, and just trying to stay on that path. I do like the clarity.
Gout of the devil.
And while I was stuck at home, my parents fell ill. So it's very simple for me now. I have to make sure I'm healthy enough to take care of them because I need to tend to them staying on their P's and Q's with their own health. My mother lost the ability to walk while we were all kind of bedridden. And then my father thought he had COVID. Thankfully, it was just the flu. But anyway.
Damn. Well, congratulations. Like when you first said it a couple of months ago, I gave you congratulations. I know it's a process, but dude, any step in that direction is, I respect that. That's awesome.
I thank you.
Good shit, man.
It's where
I'm sure it's hard, but
it actually, after a while,
we're going to call Eli Edward Smith now. You know who Edward Smith was?
No.
He was the captain of the Titanic.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The one that hit the iceberg and just derailed.
dude. So
I love you,
was at,
Eli.
when you sent me the message. Josh is the one who let me know what happened. I was in a crowd of 3,000 people at a concert before the first band even started, and he's like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh shit, Josh! Hey man, what's up? What are you doing?"
I said, "Hey," with a smiley face. I said, "Hey."
Yeah, basically. And I was just and like, he sent that to me, and I read it and read it and read it. And the first band, the lights go out. I'm just sitting there reading it, and I like tap my old drummer Scott on the. I'm like, "Hey man, read this," because I couldn't even read that to him. And it was just one of those things where we were like bummed out for like a song and a half, and we're like, you know what, man, like this is where he would want us to have a great fucking time for this tonight.
Yep.
And that was just a weird moment, man.
That's a lot cooler to find out that way. Like I was all hot and sweaty. It was the end of work. I was getting in the work truck. I fucking just have to pack up the work truck. You pull up your phone and I get a text from Duke. Like, you know, when I get like, it was either Ryan Dunn died. That's when he texted me like, "Yo, Dunn's done." That's what I got. I woke up. He's like, "Dunn's done." I'm like, what? And this time, luckily, Duke was very kind, and he was just like, "Yo, you know, Panjo passed away." I was like, you know, I did what Brock did. I was like, I looked at it like, what the fuck? And I was just,
am I reading this right?
Yeah, and I gave out like a verbal like, God damn it, because here's what so before I left South Florida, Panjo and I had done an IDK show. We the episode 3. YouTube took it down immediately. We had a good time on that, and I wanted to kind of keep doing that. And we were talking, and I said, "Yo, let's do another one." And he, for whatever reason, he's just like, when the day came to it, he was like, he almost seemed like, I just want to do like one show. And I felt like he thought we were like, we're going in, we're doing this full thing. And it was just like, let's do one show, let's have some fun. And he kind of like, "Yo, I can't do it." And we didn't talk, not because we were mad at each other, but we didn't say anything for a while.
Why was it taken down immediately?
I don't, well,
because they were having fun. He just said YouTube doesn't like that.
Too much fun.
Oh, I know all about it. Trust me.
And then your boy here maybe may have wished for some type of shooting to happen to somebody that involved. I mean, like I wanted. Let's see, how do you put this? You know where you went.
Pick your words carefully.
You know where you went to learn. Remember?
Did you pull your dick out and start shooting?
Remember when you were a young child and you went to a certain place to learn? From like, 5 years old to 18 years old.
I get the picture, son.
Yeah. So I asked for a certain kind of shooting to happen to one person because I hated how they were dancing.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I hope this happens to him right now.
Wow.
That would be a Josh moment. I'm familiar with them.
So
YouTube's like, you can go fuck yourself on that episode.
Yeah. YouTube pulled it. I moved to Gainesville. That's when I officially changed phone numbers. Panjo and I, we didn't, and then I reached out to him with like a flowery message, like, "Yo, did you try to do strain?" He's like, "The only person who talks to me about flowery flower and resin is Josh Borsick." Is this Josh Borsick? I'm like, "You damn straight." We talked for a little bit. Everything was cool. And then we didn't talk for a little bit. And I lost my phone at Rockville and I didn't have his number. And I reached out to him over Facebook Messenger. I was like, "Yo, I need your number," and that was in July. And then that's
the last time
I was very bummed out because it just felt like I felt very like there was all this stuff left to do. Like we didn't it was like this like months we didn't talk. So I was like there was no
unresolved.
Everything felt unresolved, and I was just like that was the first thing that I was just like
that's the one thing that hurts is the whole unresolved feeling.
Yeah. It does.
The last time he and I spoke was after I broke up with Josh. When I said Stuck in the Middle is going to take a little backseat while Progressive Patriot does a little hiatus. And I called Panjo from my high school reunion, the 20-year high school reunion. And I'm like, "Bro, me and Joe J from high school, middle school, we want to get some pizza toppings and we really want you there." And that was where we left off. Never came to fruition, unfortunately.
Right.
Was that the Jewcast?
Hang on real quick. I'm going to show Vish where the bathroom is. Hang on.
Jewcast?
How many Jews were in there? You, Panjo. Who else?
Is Joe a Jew?
I
Joe's
don't
no
know.
Jew.
Oh, Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
No,
Not Joe, not Joe Jew.
Joe might
J.
be the furthest thing.
So
from
you got
Jewish.
2 and 1 so far.
Two and one. Yeah. We were trying to take over the media and the Bilderbergs and all that. We never got our Jew royalty checks. We were always trying to make a fuss about that. We reached out to all our connections and everything. No blood diamonds. Joe, still very upset.
What's happening over here? Where's all the
Geweld.
money?
I was
Oy
very
geweld.
verklempt.
You know, I
Yeah,
talked
Panjo
to
and I were always verklempt about this.
Talking
I
about
talked
the
to
unresolved,
Brian.
the little panda got me a little like, I was gotta stop talking for a second.
I talked to Brian today, Rosenthal,
Word.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and I was just like, dude,
A fellow Jew.
Yes.
true. That's 3.
The Jew Trinity has begun.
A Jew
Well, no, I told him, I was like, man, I think it's really awesome that you have him on film.
Yeah.
You know,
man.
I didn't realize how many things until Duke posted all the screenshots from a bunch of shit. And I was like, holy crap, he was on a bunch of things with you guys.
He was always to just come hang out on set and help out. So we
We'll
threw
make
him
you
on
into a
some
zombie,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, man. Best looking zombie ever.
Yeah.
I like
And-
go ahead, Brock. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go, man.
I was gonna say I just like in 2023, like Simple Kill, his vocals live on. He was in acting. He did a lot of short films. Like you can always go watch them there. We
He was
probably
a podcaster.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Eli and I, we probably like stuck at night. He was probably, I think he was like 1 or 2 under Brock as the most regular. There's probably close to 10 episodes with him there. There's an IDK show so you can see him in all sorts of forms, like Panjo the front man, Panjo the actor, Panjo how he was like not when he wasn't on, so to speak.
I made a very, I think, decent point where when I was younger, I knew Panjo. But as I got older, I got to know Benjamin. And those are 2 very distinctly different people.
Yeah.
To the point where I remember doing the episode, I was like, do you want me to call you Panjo? Do you want me to call you Benjamin? We're like, which one? And he's just like, nobody really calls me Panjo anymore. I was like, all right, Benjamin, it is.
I think I was grandfathered in. I was grandfathered in. He was like,
Took you 20 years or something.
Yeah.
I never called him Ben or Benji. He was like, you're like one of the only people that can call me Panjo. You can call me Panjo. He kind of gave me
you and I called him it often. I was just like, dude,
That's
You know how he
hey.
got his name, by the way?
No.
Panjo?
Actually, I don't.
Somebody was
Yeah.
trying to say Benjamin. Like somebody didn't
is
get
what I
his
don't
name
understand.
right. Some girl repeated it and she said Panjo. And
Was this
he
a
was like,
Spanish lady?
Did you just say Panjo? He's
I
like,
am
I want you to
talking-
call me Panjo from now on. And then it caught on.
I
with
am-
everybody.
Wow.
I am talking to Banjo.
Mispronunciation.
Banjo? Like who said that?
Wow.
Was it an autistic
One of the
person?
fangirls of Simple Kill. Like
She
one
must
of
have
his
been-
friends.
Oh, back
She
in the
must
day.
have been drunk as fuck. She's trying to say
Dude.
Benji and
put it
Panjo
this
came
way.
out.
Yeah,
Like
He had that name when I met him.
What, Panjo?
Did you
So,
play
that
the
was
banjo?
An early Simple Kill.
that might have
Yeah.
been
Fangirl.
before Simple Kill, like in elementary school or something.
Gotcha.
actually.
Yeah, and that would make sense why they would screw that name up so terribly. And it's funny because the first time I ever told somebody I went to introduce my drummer at the time to him. I was like, oh yeah, this is I was like, hey, you want to go meet Panjo? My buddy's like, what the fuck is a Panjo? And I was just
Yep.
like, oh, that's the singer of Simple Kill. I think that's his name. Is that his real fucking name? And I had to sit there and think about that for a while.
I just texted someone that go, oh, I lost a friend of mine. His name is Panjo, and he takes me and goes, oh, he thought that my dog died. He's like, what a great name for a dog. I'm like, no, it's my friend. He's like, oh, but what a great name for a dog.
But I mean, I remember playing the shittiest of shitty clubs with that kid, all the way up to places like Revolution and stuff like that. But like whether there was 10 people there at Cafe Cristal or there was 600 people, at Buzz Bake Sale, it was the same performance from that guy.
And I think what you were saying earlier was like not necessarily a different person, but not the person you're expecting when he gets off stage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Absolutely.
This
Yeah, we
guy
talked about
is
that.
totally ruling the stage with these deep growls and shit. And then when he's off, he's like, hey, I'm a diabetic Jew and, I'm vegan and here's my girlfriend. I don't know. Crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
That's Benjamin versus Panjo, you know?
Yeah, in fact, that was the first thing he ever said to me. He said, I'm a diabetic Jew. Here's my girlfriend, Athena,
Yeah.
Athena?
at the time. Yeah, he was dating a girl named Athena for years.
Yes,
No
Josh,
shit.
he was dating your daughter.
What? My stepdaughter.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That makes us a little weird.
Yeah. I wanted to
Have a little baby Panjo running around. That's fine.
Oh yeah, you're blessed. Mazel tov. That was his parting gift to you.
That was his parting. That's a parting gift.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Party gift and parting
Panjo
gift.
was like, yo, by the way, I busted in your stepdaughter. Peace. That's what he
Was she a
said.
redhead? Was she a redhead? Because I know that he had a thing for redheads.
Oh,
Athena was a
Jesus.
redhead, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
There you go.
Wow. This is too spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to just
Are we canceling him in the afterlife?
Boom.
yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah.
He specifically
He would have
requested
wanted
that.
this way.
Yeah. We're,
Definitely would have.
Keanu's like, what the
I do-
fuck?
Here,
What
Josh,
the fuck?
in the spirit of being on the Stuck in the Middle channel, there's some OGs I haven't seen in a minute. Karscar said hello much earlier, but freaking Veritas, man, you remember that?
oh,
dude?
wow. Yeah.
Or-
What's up, Veritas?
Holy he said when he just popped in, he's like, he also said, what the hell is a Panjo? So we're keeping that alive. By the way, for anybody that's entering in, welcome. Thank you. We're just having a bit of a remembrance of a brother, truly. And to kind of engage with everybody, I don't know. How do you ask? What is a good way to ask with the remaining in topic here? How does each of us choose to cope? Like, what was everybody's initial first reaction? Was it all similar? Like, no, not Panjo. Mine was I immediately went to the negative and thought about like the one time, or that I started that stupid beef with him. How did you all
Oh, really? You went to the bad parts? I mean,
immediately regret?
Yeah, I see.
There's definitely
I'm with Eli. I
Vishnu.
wanted the same. Yeah.
Vishnu,
Really?
I
One
mean,
at a time. One at a
Vishnu-
time. Who wants to go first? Duke?
I want Vishnu to explain the story of that you brought up the other day. How there wasn't always like we'd have these little tiffs with Panjo, but they wouldn't last. You know what I mean? Do
Oh, dude, 100%.
I told you many things I don't remember.
I had 100%. Like, there was like, I've had vibes with that with him too. I remember one time he thought like I stole something. This was when Panjo was kind of like, he was dealing with some mental health stuff going on.
Yeah.
And he would openly say like, yo, this prednisone is fucking my mind up. But like,
Mhm.
there was some weird, but like, then like a week would go by and everything would be kosher. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I use kosher
start with-
specifically.
I'll start with something funny actually, because we were roommates. So, and because I knew that he had the issue with him being diabetic and what his health issue. So I remember I was taking a shit, and
Fuck yeah.
so I leave the bathroom, whatever, and time goes by, and Kiana goes to the bathroom, and she's like, What the
Kiana's
fuck?
Panjo's girlfriend.
yeah, Kiana's Panjo's girlfriend, ride or die,
Mhm.
Definitely
yeah.
she was.
Yeah, queen, pretty much.
Legit.
So you took the shit.
Yeah. So I took a shit. Yeah. So time goes by. She goes to the bathroom
Word?
and she's like ew, like there's shit on the toilet seat.
She came in like Bob Saget in fucking what is that? Dumb and Dumber. There's shit
all over the wall.
There's shit on the ceiling.
I don't remember whatever. But then and I'm like, what the fuck? Whatever. And she actually takes a photo of it. It was pretty funny.
Yo, Pixar
and,
didn't
puts,
happen.
Like who did this? Whatever. You know? And,
She was just as wild
and
as
I'm like,
him
what
too.
the?
Like,
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I go and check whatever. And I'm like, oh, it has to be, has to be Panjo because of his
You blame
health-
the shit on Panjo.
because of his
she's
health
like,
issues.
no, I know
you
his
know?
shit.
Because of his health
Nasty and big.
You blamed a piece of shit on Panjo. No, he has health issues. This is
But because I was
That
the
looks
last,
like a very
but she's
healthy
smart. But she's smart because I
movie
was
to
the
me.
last one there. She goes, it has to be.
yeah. She's a regular
But like,
Sherlock
there's no
Holmes.
way. I've never experienced that before. So I was like, there's no way to be me.
You got called out on your shit.
Has to be the diabetic Jew, So
Yeah, blame the diabetic Jew. Makes perfect sense.
You could see the poop was lacking sugar. It was just
it can't be the guy that just got out of the bathroom.
The poop had an insulin pack on it.
So what's so funny was that for so long it was like it was always that. So then and actually it's funny, it wasn't until recently that I was
you came clean, did you?
I took a shit in my own house.
And you blamed it on Panjo again.
And as I was looking around for the toilet paper, and I noticed shit in the toilet seat. I was like, "What the fuck?" You know. And I was like, "Well, holy shit, it was me."
So when you blame Panjo, you didn't.
So yeah. So if you read my Facebook post and you see my PS where I wrote, you know, that was me that took the toilet, that took the shit in the toilet seat. It was because of that.
Hang on.
Because for so long we were going back and forth as like roommates. It was like that roommate beef of like, bro,
I was
but
confused.
you took the shit. I'm like, no, it was you. You're sick.
I was confused. I didn't know.
And it really became a big deal. Like it was really a big problem. Like that roommate beef. Like, no, bro, I don't take shit. There's no way.
I had no idea
Why
when
would
you
I
were
do something
explaining
like
the
that?
story. I thought like you were like, haha, it's him. Like I didn't think you believed yourself.
Yeah, it was because also is because him and I were sharing the bathroom, and Trevor, our
How do you not remember your shit?
He had his own toilet. He had his own bathroom. So yeah, so that was like our bathroom beef. You know?
Wait, okay, so
so yeah, there you go.
I need to know.
Whoa.
the beauty
Now.
of this.
Oh, sorry.
No. Well, how did this manifest into a full on beef? You were just
no. It was because it was actually like not really beef. It was really just because
vegan.
of it was because
true.
Yo, could you imagine Panjo?
There's a lot of tofu.
he was in a band called Kezia.
Yo, hang on one second.
Yeah.
Panjo knew he didn't take a shit, and there you are saying you have health issues. This is your shit, and he's just so confused.
No, we really never had beef, but what I assume, I guess he was a bit upset. I'm just assuming. I could be dead wrong.
You blame the shit.
It was because he was. It was because he was in a band called Kezia, and
This is what I was talking about.
yeah, and I was in a band called Falsetta, and you know we were looking for members, and we were like, and when we saw Kezia, we were like, oh man, you know, like those two guitar players would look so good, you know, in our band.
Yeah.
You know, of course Panjo also, you know, but unfortunately he was a singer, not a guitar player. And so when we asked them if they were interested in joining our band, whatever, they were already down. But then then they asked us, like, well, if we're in your band, you got to be in our band because these guys that you just saw us playing with are not going to be in our band. So
Tit for tat.
Yeah, they were just they were just playing for the gig. So you know, would you guys be down to be like members in our band? We're like, fuck yeah. Now also rewind. I'm a huge fan of Kezia. So and also for Panjo, I'm a fan. I was just a fan of Panjo, like just being a fan of Panjo. Like I was telling you guys earlier, when I was his roommate, I mean, I was fanboying out day and night. You know, I was like really animated and expressing like everything I saw from the videos and the songs, and he would just be there like cross-legged, just like in the photo. With coffee
Smoking
and cigarettes, smoking cigarettes. He's probably in his 20th cigarette by this point.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, like just watching me, like
He'd call you
just,
boo
like,
or something. Come here,
like,
boo.
like, wow, you know, yeah, you know, just like, and that's when I got. That's when
I love you.
That's when actually when I really got to know him, because when I was his roommate, I assumed that he had a huge ego, that he was a rock star and all that stuff, and like he had no time to talk to me, and then it was just the complete opposite of that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
And no, the complete opposite of that. Like just way beyond caring. Will do anything for you. I mean, talk about anything for you. He would literally be dying and will still help you out.
He did. He left dialysis.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
yeah.
All you have to do is just spend a day with him. If he has a show that night, then all you have to do is spend a day with him, and you will see his kindness, his careness, and also his strength.
But we don't need. We don't give a shit about that. I want to tell.
From being like a very wimpy, like, hey, caring guy, and then all of a sudden he gets on stage. He gets on stage, and it's like, I mean, I'm talking about like, what's it that? I'm fucking drunk. Was it Mr. Hyde or whatever the fuck? What was that guy's name?
Oh yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. What Vish is trying to say, and I think which is what all we know is like when you look at that picture of Panjo, you couldn't you
The
don't look at that guy
last thing you
and you don't
expect.
think of growling deep
Yeah.
metal vocals. And
Right.
then vice versa, if all you knew of Panjo was deep growling metal vocals and this
You didn't
crazy
picture that
command,
guy.
you didn't see this kind and nice guy. So like it really if you didn't know both Panjos and you just knew offstage Panjo, I didn't know his music, or I knew his music, I don't know offstage Panjo, you really had a different perception.
It's that Panjo versus Benjamin thing again.
Yeah, if you were starting a metal band and he was auditioning and he sent you that photo, you would not even audition him just from the photo.
I would skip that
It's a metal
photo
band, not
so
music.
fast. I'd be like, okay,
exactly.
Nope.
No, and it's crazy.
30 Seconds to Mars.
No, the screams that comes out of this guy is
That little
insane.
dude.
I would say it's the most underrated. I mean, I can't explain it. Like every time I hear him, I'm just like, what the fuck? Every time I hear him, I'm just like, what the?
I initially
going
thought
back
Is
to
anybody
what-
else hearing this? I don't understand what's going on. Like, no, yeah, it's
Going back to what Josh
Yeah.
said, I mean, there's always an old expression that people say that the first thing you forget about a person is their voice. And thankfully, from technology, we have his voice in every single capacity, whether it be a video, whether it be skits, whether it be podcast, whether it be his singing voice. You have all of him.
Mhm.
You know, that's
pretty
something
cool.
We'll never forget.
it's very cool.
Luckily.
No dick pics, though.
No dick
Yeah.
pics, allegedly.
You guys don't got dick pics?
I'll hit up Kiana.
I guess I wasn't as good.
Mine's got a little yarmulke on it, you know.
I sucked his dick.
Yo, Vish, you got to tell that story of, okay, so he was pissed at you because you seemingly stole his
Okay,
members
yes.
for your band.
So what it was is that
he was the odd man out.
So when I took it, when I actually when we recruited his members, or when we stole the members,
recruited.
Stole Theater Disorders members.
Let me borrow all your members.
when we
Except for you,
cheated,
Panjo.
Drummer and screamer, everyone can fuck off.
for some reason, I guess they didn't put time into that band, and then around that time we became roommates, and nothing was happening with Kezia, so I can kind of sense it that I'm assuming that I kind of sense that there was a bit of an animosity, like a bit of like what the fuck, you guys took my members,
I was fucked up, so I had no idea what was happening. I was just like, well, I mean,
Now fast forward, I have no
I
idea.
thought they were called Kezia.
Yeah, and because he would make those jokes like yeah, because you stole my members, whatever like that. But again, whatever. But then fast forward, I think he made like a post or something like publicly where he trashed me or something. I don't know what happened.
This is the era where he was on the prednisone and having really bad health problems, so he lost his fucking mind for a while.
And I was like, what? And
You got the
I
brunt
don't
of it.
even know what happened. I don't even remember the post, just because I'm like, because none of this happened. I'm like, what's going on? And because it's Panjo, even though nothing happened from what he wrote in the post, it happened because it came from Panjo. Like I have so much respect for the guy. I'm like, it doesn't, whatever. I did. I'm sorry. Like, it was like that. And then like, I mean, everybody was like messaging Panjo, like what the hell's going on? Like whatever, I mean, I put myself out there. I'm like, yeah, that's what's going on. If I did it, I'm sorry. I was drunk.
Yeah.
It's Kita's fault.
Yeah. Blame him.
Yeah, I was drugged.
But
yeah, I was definitely drugged a lot. But
we all kind of got some of that during that era, so don't feel so bad, man. Like
I'm like, I shitted on the scene. I'm sorry. God damn, I didn't know he took it that personal. God damn.
Was,
so then,
was Panjo still with the girlfriend when he passed?
See, the weird thing about them is they were together for a while, and then they were just downgraded to friends for 10 years.
I mean, to me,
Best friends.
being the outside. I mean, this is just me being the outside. Just me speaking from me.
All right, Stain, take it easy.
Yeah. No. I mean, she's just was always there.
Yeah. No.
Every day,
I mean,
all
just
day.
speaking to him. I mean, even the locker room talk. Yeah, I like redheads and yada yada, but this guy loves this girl. Loved her. Like I mean, and also, I mean, I was even jealous of the
Vice
fact
versa, though,
that I
too.
was even jealous. I'm like, damn, you know, like I want a fucking girl that's like constantly like your Yoko Ono, you know.
Yeah, she loved the shit out of him.
you know.
She'd take him everywhere. I mean, every time he'd come to my house, more than likely he was brought there by her.
Yeah,
Kiana,
like I
yeah.
apologies for using Yoko as an example, but like that's what I saw. I'm like,
No,
I'm
she'd
like,
appreciate that.
No, like seriously, like in a loving sense, you know, not them, whatever. But like I was like, damn, like I
You know, it's
want
funny, the first time I ever met
I
Keanu
want
was at,
somebody like that, you know, like no, I envied that, you know, I love that, you know.
Duke
Was
Duke
it
said
Theory of
something.
Disorders practice space where we did the
Maybe.
podcast stuff?
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Vishnu.
Yeah,
Vishnu,
that's the first place I ever met Kiana.
I'm
Really?
Yeah.
Never at a
Sorry.
show or anything?
Go ahead, Eli.
I
Sorry.
mean, it might have been in passing, but not like a formal hello. My name
Right,
is, your
right.
name is, you know.
Right.
So I'm
That's
getting a
interesting.
vibe here, Vishnu. I'm painting a picture.
Yeah.
All right. So I got you as the shit blamer, and you were envious of the relationship he was in. I'm getting single white female vibes off this.
You only get that that reference if you're over 35.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, everybody.
That's why Kitava cut my
Like,
hair.
"Single white female.
Check.
What is that?"
I think we're all good here.
Wasn't the main actress a redhead? Oh, Panjo's favorite.
Was
Yeah.
I don't.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Was he still in that
She'd
relationship?
look like a burnt
Josh,
gingerbread
when
cookie.
we met him, when he was podcasting in our studio, your studio, but our studio, like,
No.
were they still together? Like,
They were
how
in their situation.
it
Yeah.
was,
Yeah,
okay.
they've been in a situation for a decade.
Best
Yeah.
friends. They were
It's
best friends.
crazy.
We're not
Have
talking.
you-
We're not talking about abs, by the way. Yeah.
They were
And
best
I would
friends.
bring it up sometimes. I'd be like, so, you know, once in a while when you guys are alone, you know, you don't, you know?
Yeah, best friends don't jerk each other off a little bit. You know what I mean?
Best friends with 401k. Yeah.
Well, has any of you like been in touch with her since his passing? Is
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
reached out a
she's
little
not,
bit.
pretty
she's
devastated.
not good.
I
not good
can't.
right now.
I can't. Yeah.
I
Is
think she was with him, so it's gonna take a bit.
No,
the
she
event
was
thing that
with
you-
him.
You have
Yeah,
every day,
graciously-
like
I can't even begin. I mean, like,
it's that, and I mean, there's two people we're not really gonna hear much from out of this whole situation. It's Kiana and Jeff.
and Panjo.
I would also add Kitava.
True.
I
That's
would-
very true. Eli's got a point. We're
I
not
want-
getting
I
much
want-
from
I want- I
Panjo.
want to add Kitava, not to like give him a shout out, but is also Kitava as well. Yeah.
And I
Oh,
feel
God,
bad that Jeff is you know,
I haven't even
probably
heard from
afterward
Kitava.
got an onslaught of messages, and like knowing Jeff well enough,
And Trevor.
you know,
Well, can you fill me in on the Jeff situation here?
Oh, yeah,
Jeff is in
that's
Simple
right.
Kill.
But yeah, you're right.
Jeff
Oh,
was
Simple
like
Kill.
his right hand man. for
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
long.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You're
Is
right.
Valzetta
100% right,
the
Roberto.
band that I met on your end, Josh, the one you were in?
You met Enter the Crown.
Same
yeah.
era, though. Same era.
No. Enter the Crown is different era than Simple Kill.
Yeah,
No,
the
no,
lead
we're
singer
talking
and I,
about-
we
All
Oh,
set up.
big time.
our egos clashed, and it was a terrible debacle. I loved it.
I'm sorry, Eli. Were you in the band, Eli?
Me?
No.
No. I'm just king of all podcasts.
Played the
but,
skin
that's
flute.
funny.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no. I just
You Eli from
I'll never
from
forget
Nonpoint.
the lead singer of that band. He's sweet fella, but man, we did not click. Apparently, Josh pointed out
Oh
very
yeah.
eloquently how our personalities are just too strong.
Too
Oh, I think I know who you're
too
talking
similar.
about.
Happened to Eli a
Too
lot.
similar.
Actually,
Yeah.
I actually want to know the story of Panjo and Eli, if you don't mind me asking. Sorry, I don't mean to go back to.
Yeah,
being-
what do you want to know? What's
no,
up?
because you always keep mentioning about like
The beef.
yeah.
Man, okay,
Where's
really
the
silly.
beef?
It's gonna paint me in
It's
a bad
pretty
light, but-
simple. You can't have
actually,
two Jews
uh,
on one podcast.
Sorry.
And that's what it boiled down to. Thank you.
Re-
For
real quick to get
simplifying it.
to get out of the way,
Okay.
just to get out of the way and then finish my story.
Can be only one.
As far as how I found out
Hang on one
was
second.
I was at work, and I'm like, because I work at Walmart, and I'm boxing in the shipment. You know, I'm like whatever, and I get a text from I get actually a call.
That's where
I
you
actually get a
work.
phone
I never
call.
knew where you worked. You work at Walmart.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so I get a phone call, and you're not supposed to stop doing what I'm doing. And
Who'd you get
I
a
don't
phone
know
call from?
from you.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know why. So something was in the air in terms of I have to answer this call. Why is Josh calling me at this time?
Right.
I don't know. It just didn't. Something felt like I have to answer this call when you're not supposed to do that where I work at. And I just answered it when you told me. Believe it or not, for some weird reason, I don't know why.
I think he thought I was fucking around.
It felt like a Panjo prank, like something that Panjo would just prank. I'm like, this seems like
It was like,
it's
yeah,
like a Panjo prank. I don't know why. Like this is something that he would do. You know, I don't know why. I just kept thinking that. But of course, you know, obviously it's not that because you would call me and tell me that. It wasn't until I woke up the next morning early and I was watching Duke's post, and that I literally curled up into a ball and like a fetus and just, you know, do your thing.
Gay.
You know,
no, I did the same thing, dude. I was very
guys.
No, I'm being serious, and it really hit me hard. Like, of course, but
what hit me hardest too, real quick, and you can go back.
And then also I didn't know that you guys were in a band with him. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, wait, what? You know, you guys were in a band?
Everybody was in a band with that guy.
Like, what the fuck?
What a band select.
When I came home and told Kimmy in person, when I had to tell somebody in person, you know, because I just kind of showed my dad, like, you know, what
what'd your dad have to say? He has history with him.
He was just, everybody was just like, everybody goes silent, you know. But when I told Kimmy and I had to verbalize it, the same thing. I was just like, I couldn't say it. I was just like, what you're saying, like
when I saw my family. Oh, this is crazy. When I saw my family, you know, they obviously like, what's wrong? And I go, it's just my best friend died, and my mom was like, who? You know, I was like, oh, you know, you don't know him. He's the singer in a band that I was actually in a band with, whatever. His name is Panjo. Oh, you mean the little guy that was like very like he looked very skinny and fragile, like he always drinking coffee. I go, wait, you know him? Yeah, I go, yeah. He was driving the box car.
Yeah.
That's right.
Was that the Element?
What was
it?
that?
The Element?
Come on.
Yeah, the Element.
Chills, bro. Like,
thank you.
My mom knows. When? When?
He just
when
had
did
that.
They ever made?
He just had that impact, man.
You know. When? Like, what the fuck? When did you guys meet?
The little guy.
Dude, they probably sat down, had a nice cup of coffee. He probably gave your mom a cigarette. She doesn't even smoke.
What are they fucked?
But she smoked it. Exactly. Yeah, you might have a dad coming sooner. Like a brother. Like, you never know, man.
Keon, I'm your father.
Yeah.
No, but
yeah, dude, I laid pipe on your mom. That's what Panjo said.
What? I was like, what? Like, holy shit. This
Panjo
guy
laid
reached
pipe on
everyone.
mom.
This is insane. Like, yeah, I know. I was like, wow. Just wow.
That's
so,
awesome. That's cool.
So if I can add something really quick.
Sorry, you're like.
So that's me, but
okay, it's quick.
But yeah, around that time when he kind of lashed out at you and was having problems, there was one of our friends who took advantage and took his life savings and moved to a different state. And
yeah. I was.
We'll keep the name, you know, anonymous, but
call him Fuckface McGee.
Wait.
So he
did
wiped
it work out for him?
It did work out for him, but
Okay.
he basically, you know, swindled him into investing in this company, and he took off and stopped answering Panjo's calls,
and essentially said,
and got a new place in Oregon,
and said, "Oh, that's
for
business."
himself and his family.
And like Panjo was like watching, like almost like going over and like almost watching.
That's another
his
reason
children.
Was he in a band?
He was going through that.
Was he in a band?
Yes, he was in a band.
He was in a band, but we can't say which band. Let's not.
Okay,
let's not get, because
King Dick. Yeah.
there is we've been there is a similar correlation that starts with a J, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Was he from Logan Paul or something?
He was a fellow J.
He was being a D.
Yeah.
So yeah, imagine this guy is obviously manic and going through some shit, and you're friends with him, and you just fucking totally take advantage. Hey man, give me all your money, we'll invest, and fucking just changed his number and took off. He took like fucking $7,000 to $9,000, I think.
Yeah,
what?
Panjo said close to 10,000, and he feels like
10,000.
the reason why he was able to move where he moved was because of his money.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, hey, look, you know, I definitely don't want to get canceled and pulled off of YouTube, but do you guys mind posting the address of this individual?
The guy who starts the podcast by canceling the podcast.
Right.
I don't want to cancel the podcast.
But, you know.
All right, Edward Smith, take it easy.
This is, you know, now I see why the show's unmonetizable. Fucking Eli, the goddamn Titanic
don't blame me.
driver over here.
Post his fucking name. Post his fucking name right the fuck now.
I want addresses. Somebody give me an address.
Here, all right. I'm gonna simplify the beef with the simple kill guy. Huh?
Hey,
Hey yo. All right.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
really
If
easy.
silence was golden, then call me Shekels.
I would. They actually they do call me Shekels. Who are you talking to? Which street corner are you hanging out at? Okay. Anyway.
a liquor
basically-
store.
Basically, in a nutshell. Look, I'm in a nutshell. I
It's
was
me in a
watching-
nutshell.
Someone say nuts.
I was watching Stuck in the Middle.
I'm sorry you were
while
doing that.
I should have been there, but I wasn't.
The story of my
And
dick.
I was drunk, which is
Shocker.
a thing I did quite often.
So this
And
was
my-
yesterday?
Yes, it was, as a matter of fact. No, one of the reasons I've identified, it's good that I lighten up on the drinking. But anyway, I was watching Panjo and Josh like just enjoy the show, doing their thing, and I was just thinking that he was taking these shots at me. I'm sure there was some like he was saying some things in total jest, like we talk shit. It's what we do.
So
I
Panjo.
just took it way too serious, and I called in. I hope this episode's not still up. If it is, I own up to
It's
it.
been up, yeah. It's the
Oh,
it-
goodness
has never been
gracious.
taken down.
it's the first IDK show that was on.
But that makes for
Stuck in the
great
Middle.
air. It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
like some of that
Well,
beef stuff.
Well, yes, I know. I've learned the game, but I just went off like a fucking maniac, man. And I can get a little intense, especially when the alcohol is there. I think we can all attest to that.
Wait, during the show or
So,
after the show in person?
Yeah, I definitely.
I think that's what that was.
During the
it's
show?
not a big deal. Panjo didn't hold it against you.
Yeah, no.
like,
If
No,
you would
but-
have called him,
Wait, you said you went off on him
Oh, dude, there's a.
absolutely
I can
like,
give you the
in,
episode.
in person? Wait, what episode?
over the phone and
Oh.
in person.
look, I will tell you, there's not a single person in this call besides Vishnu that hasn't had one of those moments where you're like, where Eli's been pissed off at you and then eventually comes around. Like my first episode with Stuck, it was just like, bro, remember when we fucking were, I didn't want to talk to you. I didn't want to see your face ever again. I was like, yeah. It's kind of more of a side note for me, but like, sure, I kind of remember it,
Well, you do remember it, right?
Yeah, I just don't hold.
Remember that?
Yeah. No.
Hey, Eli, fuck
well,
you.
I didn't so much hold a grudge, but I always felt, I guess this is a reoccurring theme
Trevor.
with you, Brock. I always felt that you were just always there to add something shitty to anything I always said. And it stuck
Hashtag
with me.
fuck
What can
Eli.
I say? Huh? What? Who?
Some things never change.
No, remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just the beginning. This is okay because you brought it up. Let's play the beginning of this. Okay, this is just
Oh,
the beginning.
shit. Fuck.
Oh, here we
We're
go.
I had
doxing
this
people
waiting
now?
for this conversation.
So this was after.
COVID
Eli,
never
remember
happened.
when you got mad at me because I was using the soundboard inappropriately? You remember that? Remember that?
Gosh, I got mad at you for like everything
No,
possible.
okay, well, I'm trying to refresh your memory. This is the
growing
time
pains
when you got
of-
mad at me when I was using the soundboard inappropriately, and in,
so
instead
when
of
he was trying to talk, you would put it over his voice.
or over the call, like I was just trying to. It was I forgot exactly what it was, but he didn't like it, and instead of bringing it to me. Or instead of us talking, he made a video about it, and it kind of like it was this call out on Progressive Patriot. And I was
that's
like,
my favorite thing in the world.
all right. So
If you
I
make Eli mad enough, you could
Yeah, it's
guarantee you're gonna get that little notification on your phone. Progressive praise.
yeah, it comes up. Progressive Patriots live, and it's just like, so this thing about Josh. You're like, oh, what the fuck?
So good.
What did I do now?
That actually turned out to be a little bit of fun. And there was another one, Josh. I remember when you and the Trop D boys were going in on me about my famous lung pussy.
Oh yeah, I
and
called
I
it your
started
lung
to
pussy.
really feel like I was getting teased.
Wait, what's your lung pussy?
Dude, like,
Remember,
no,
I
lung
had
pussy?
good old fashioned lung surgery. They had to open my rib
Oh.
cage.
Yeah, and I
just
said the
shut up.
doctor.
And
I said the
Trop D
doctor
boys would
sucked.
not shut up about.
was like,
I
when-
have a lung pussy.
Like-
Josh,
He
write this.
kinda
He opened up his
Josh.
lungs,
Yeah,
and
I
it
know,
looked
at
like
the
a
time I
vagina,
didn't-
and the
I
doctor was like, "Oh
learn
fuck
the
yeah."
thick skin
Josh, write this
necessary.
down. Lung pussy band name.
No,
Yeah,
I was the one.
Joshua Borsick.
That was
Oh my
mine.
God.
That's our
Yeah.
that's our
Man,
next
Josh
band
is the
name.
last one to hit a note constantly that he knows
All
is
right.
gonna, maybe
now
get
you
some
need to hit
reaction.
play because I want to hear this.
Give it up for lung pussy.
Yeah,
Dude, I'll get it
Josh,
tattooed on
why
my
is this
hands.
clipped?
Yeah, the
Why is this
doctor-
clipped? Why
like-
is it only
like
40 seconds
the
long?
doctor was operating on Eli, and he does this nice precision slit in his lung,
Jesus.
and like, and he gets sidetracked for a second, but he looks back. He's like, "Damn." And he just starts,
Yeah.
and he just
We
starts
talked about
fucking
how,
his
like, the whole
lungs,
stats
just
were,
right,
like, fucking
right in
my lungs.
the, right in
Or
the
fucking my
operating
rib
table.
cage.
Just
The blood eagle.
yeah, it just
And
fucks
it went
Eli's
on
lungs.
for so long that I was just like, okay, you know, I'm starting to get a little butt for
The funny thing
Lung
is, the
hurt.
madder you get, though, the more people are going to continue on with
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. No, I've learned the lesson
Yeah,
finally.
yeah.
Okay, trust me.
All right, let's
Go.
play a little.
We
So
gotta see this.
Go.
So I retorted to Eli, and then I opened up the phones, and one of the first calls I got was from. Think we got him. Yep.
Call from
Hashtag fuck Eli.
Yep.
Damn. Hashtag fuck Eli's on the phone. What's up, brother?
Well, Eli is on one tonight, isn't he? It's, I think what's funny about this whole situation is that Eli can't take responsibility for anything that he's done because I'm busting his balls in the chat room. He wants to act all hot and heavy. If he would fucking read the chat, I tell how I like both of you. He's such a fucking idiot. And I will say all this to his face.
He did. Think we got him. Yep. That's it. That's all I wrote.
I kept
Hashtag-
demanding that he say all of his pop shots to my face.
He did.
And he
That's as harsh as it gets right there.
yeah.
You know, unless he's on one. Then he gets the Vishnu wrath.
I mean, it was pretty amazing how quickly it was able to dissipate when I was just able to acknowledge, like, wow, dude, you know, I was in the wrong from the get go. It was a strange time.
And every
When I
time
was
you
new to
guys
the-
saw each other in studio, evering was cool. You know, like it
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
like it was
that's
just a
always how it worked
misunderstanding
out
over
with-
text and stuff. And
With the stuck in the middle, you know, days of being in the studio, I always learned this important lesson that has stuck with me to this day: is it's so easy in this oversaturated, highly connected world to find some reason to hate one another. But when you just do it the old-fashioned way and are in person, it's so easy to remember how human we are. This is my issue with being so damn connected that we've lost connection with one another.
I will
Yep.
say that somebody that's in your chat that has known Panjo about as long as I have is Katie.
Yes.
you want me
Yeah.
to put does Katie want to
Katie,
call
is
in and
there
say
any
something?
stories? I want to hear.
I can
Young
put up the
Panjo.
phone number. I can put the Google Voice and she could call in.
That's up to her.
You
But
guys want me to do
I saw her
that?
name in the chat room and I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
she's
yeah,
been in
she's
there.
definitely known Panjo about as long as I have.
Let me get the Google.
Yeah.
Okay, the Google Voice number is up. Can someone read it? You guys, anybody see it?
954-998-3787.
There you go. Call that number. Katie.
Something I should definitely have memorized, but
It's
too lazy.
changed twice already. So
Yeah, I was
you're
like, that
good.
number's changed. 100% that number.
It was 399-3630 or something. It was a very
I think
nice
I remember
one.
that number.
It was a very
honestly.
nice one.
Brock was the first. You said you played 6 months after Club Q.
After Non-Point, or about 6 months after Simple Kill started.
Was that
at
with
Club
Second
Q.
Sin or another band?
It's another band called Cyrus.
Cyrus. Okay.
Oh, I remember Cyrus. Hell yeah.
And that's where I met them. Band called Insidious, Twice the Sun.
Insidious.
Insidious. Wow.
Jesse.
Yeah, well, this isn't.
I
the
was
Insidious you know.
I was the drummer of Insidious. That's fine.
Is this the
What,
Mike Insidious?
before
Mike
Yeah,
Malone?
when they sounded like Deftones.
This is like the first. I mean, damn, man. This was okay. The bass player was he was working in Guitar Center.
Shane?
I don't know.
Shane Mackey with the
I'm-
fat nutsacky?
I hate
That
to
was
say disclaimer. I have to say this. I'm terrible with names. I think this is a curse by being named Vishnu.
How can you forget Shane Mackey, the
But
fat
I don't remember. I
nutsacky?
don't remember
dude.
his name. I remember what he looked like. He had like a big, like curly ponytail, very skinny bass player.
You are bad
Yeah,
with names.
I mean,
when you
and-
came here,
and they-
when
they
when
rehearsed-
Vishnu came here today, he walked in and said, "Dude, I can't wait to do this tribute show for Banjo." And I was like,
I
"No,
would
this-
always, I would,
Banjo."
I would always go to Guitar Center, and I just this guy was cool, and we just became like friends from just being the customer. And hey, this guy,
Right.
Okay,
and he was
so-
like, hey, I'm in this band, and we're looking for a drummer. You want to come over? He's like, it was so funny. He's like, you want to come over to watch us rehearse? Because we're gonna kick the drummer, out, and then you'll be the drummer. And I'm like, well, I don't own a drum set. He's like, well, it's all good. I'll give you a discount to buy a drum set and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh shit, cool. So I go to their house. It was like a house. Oh, we got a phone call.
We got a phoner.
It's not Katie though.
No.
Call from
no.
Actions, not distractions.
Ah,
To
Justin.
accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, brother?
What's up?
What's going on, man? What you got? You got a little in memoriam for Panjo?
Little something.
Real quick, and we'll get back to Vicious story there. And we got somebody else calling in. Whoever is 480, just give actions, not distractions, 1 second, and we'll get back to you as well. What's up, Justin?
Drop a little respect to Panjo and everything like that. You're just dropping a little something.
What's that?
I was dropping a little respect for Panjo.
Much
Awesome,
love, man.
awesome.
Much
Thank you,
love.
man.
Dude, go
Justin.
back, check out some of the old episodes that he was on. If you could too, share that GoFundMe link on your community page. All that goes, like all that right there is just love for Panjo. So thanks, Justin, man. I appreciate that, dude. That's very kind
Thanks,
of you.
Justin.
Thank you, brother,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
All right, buddy. We'll
We
talk
got
to you.
work to do, bro.
Justin, actions, not
By the way, I
distractions.
just want to say that Katie responded in the chat. She said she can't call in, but I'm here in chat, and she's right. She was just a kid hanging around with the bands, doing photography and working all the
Photography.
merch tables with us
Mm-hmm.
for Simple
Yep.
Kill and everybody else that was around.
Oh,
at
so
the
she
time.
was a merch. She was a merch.
Yeah, but I mean, she did primary photography. Like
Oh,
she
okay.
got to know pretty much all the bands at the time, so they would trust her to do merch and stuff like that for them. She was really good at it.
Yeah, speaking of merch, he was actually our merch guy for Falsetto.
Banjo.
Yeah, the
That's
best.
awesome.
And the
From-
best.
Jeremy.
We got a fellow caller, Jeremy, calling in to say a little Jeremy spoken. Yes,
Hey, yo, dude, I'm just calling in to say what's up to the show. I just want to fucking keep up with you guys. I love you guys.
I appreciate
You know,
that,
Love
man.
you too, brother.
We
Love you too.
brother.
Hey,
Thank
you
you
know
as
what, Jeremy? Say,
Yeah, this is amazing, man. Dude, you guys got so many other people on here right now. I don't recognize a lot of people, but I'm just saying what's up.
that's awesome, man.
What's up?
Thank
That's
you so
awesome.
What's up,
much,
Jeremy?
guys, for fucking keeping this thing going.
Do you have
And I
any?
don't want to cuss on your show, but here I am.
Dude, listen. Hey, check it out.
Fuck it.
Fucking cuss all the
Fuck it.
fuck you want. Every time we say a curse word, we just get really soft. Though you can fucking say any fucking thing you want to, dude.
Hey, listen.
I'm
dude,
listening.
I've been there. I've lost many friends, actually, man. And
Sucks. Sorry to hear that, man.
so,
Sorry.
yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear about you guys lost too, man.
Appreciate you.
But listen, let's
I'm
keep
listening.
on growing this thing, man. This thing's beautiful that we got going on.
Mhm.
And I appreciate all you dudes just sitting around fucking man, let's get this thing going again.
Just
you know?
duding out,
We
man.
need
That's
a
what we're
bass
gonna do.
player. Hey, we're on a mission from God, bro.
Something like that. Something like that. With Panjo, what's the Jewish God? Do you still call that God?
I don't know if they call the thing a Jew or anything.
I'm pretty sure they don't call it a Jew, but that's cool.
Yeah, no. So
They could. They
Well,
could,
I can fill
Bro,
the
I
blank
was
here.
I was raised where they call it Jehovah and whatnots, man. But
No,
I don't know.
Let
That
me-
guy
let me
never paid
just-
my bills, bro.
Let's
True
clear
that.
the air here. We just say thank you, Jerry Seinfeld.
Thank you, Jerry
There you go.
Seinfeld. Pray to Seinfeld.
He owns Porsche, so we ain't worried about him either.
There you go. Jeremy, thank you so much for calling in and telling us your love for our friend there. Much appreciated. And
Man,
sorry
hey.
about your losses and stuff like that, man.
Always, bro.
All right,
Hey,
Jeremy, we'll talk to
thank
you, bro.
Thank you guys for still doing this thing.
Yeah, man.
keep it
We'll be
real all
back.
the
We'll be
time.
back. We'll be back. There's been, it's been a little, we'll be back. That's all I gotta say. We'll be back, man. Thanks, Jeremy.
Jeremy, for your support everywhere.
Eli, when are you
That
going live again?
I catch you. Moi?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
I mean,
So Jeremy has something to do because it's gonna be a week before we go live again.
I mean,
Check out
I was
Progressive
not-
Patriot.
I'll tell you
Actually,
what,
I
I'm
was
gonna
in
have
the
to quit my
process of
job
going
and come over
live
and
on
hang out
Progressive
with y'all.
Patriot
There you
while
go.
you sent me the Zoom link. So,
Thank you,
I
Jeremy.
forgot. I forgot.
Jeremy
about
has
this.
spoken.
Yeah, Jeremy has spoken. Yeah, she did. I told
think-
him.
think you want
I've already
Katie's,
told him we've tried to
Uh-huh.
get that sound thing. What? Huh?
Katie said she was a band-aid without the blowies.
There you go.
Panjo.
Without the blowies?
We all were,
Yeah.
and we're heteros.
Oh,
Can I
get
just
it.
hang out with
Little fun fact about Panjo.
Be my
Did
friend.
you
He was
send
a
that,
huge Drake fan.
Please.
on text or Facebook?
Text.
Yeah, send it to Facebook. I can't. Yeah, it's a little difficult to transfer.
Were you talking to Kimmy?
No, Vish. Vish has a video of Panjo he just sent, but he sent it via text. So
word. Okay.
Check that out. Check that out, man. Everybody, I appreciate everyone who's calling and saying what's up for our boy Panjo. That's awesome, man.
Does anybody have any other stories like Eli, other than that great story of you guys beefing? I'm sure there were moments where you guys got along as well, and
isn't it? Haven't we all beefed here? By the way,
he saved my life.
Yeah.
Can I say this about
I can
Panjo?
honestly say, to my memory, I don't remember ever beefing with Panjo. Really?
No, I mean, well, all of us here. Like, I know I've had my issues with all of you. Have you guys had issues with each other? Well, I know Duke and Josh. What about you and Josh, Brock?
I don't think me and Josh have ever argued, really.
Well, that fucking changes tonight, man. Fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
say something, I forgot.
Josh, you got any cool stories on the road with him?
Somebody just asked a question and I had something to say and it's just fucking gone. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Duke.
I forgot who just what the fuck?
Do we want to talk about Tuna Dick or no?
Tuna Dick. Tuna Dick.
Panjo and Kiana were huge fans of this story.
Love the Tuna Dick.
Yeah. So it's one of those lonely nights on the road, a lot of alcohol, and we were looking for any whale that we could harpoon at the end of the night, if you know what I mean.
Word.
Oh yeah.
There were two Mexican girls in the hotel room next to us, pretty large.
Orale.
But
got that taco.
Pushing 3 or pushing 4?
They were pushing 3.
You have
Maybe
a bug crawling up your face.
Single file and sideways through the door. That's how they had to go in. You know what I'm talking about? They were too wide.
Everything looks good when you're that drunk. So
especially
I decided to make
obese
some advances. The advances didn't work, and then that developed into smearing tuna on my dick.
What the fuck?
No, Duke,
listen.
listen.
My dick on their window.
He's playing it down. Duke strategically had a plan to go in. Is like, these bitches, they're not taking the bait. I have an idea. I can see them and they are large. So food is obviously something they enjoy. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trick them.
We had a rock star's budget there.
Yeah.
All we had was like tuna and crackers.
Yeah, it would have been filet mignon, but there'd be nothing to support it though, would there be, Duke?
All we got is ramen noodles and tuna. So
I think the ramen might have worked better.
But you thought you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You were like, I'm gonna let them eat, but little do they know they're gonna be feasting on my penis. So here's what I'm gonna do: pants down, tuna fish all over my genitals. I'm gonna walk out of my hotel room, I'm not gonna.
I'm pretty sure you were there too, or something.
No. I was there. I saw Tuna Dick. So he leaves the hotel room, goes to the next door hotel room, knocks on the door, and does something akin to this, where he his pelvis is thrusted out, so he's like presenting Tuna Dick. So at the very least, through the peephole, they could, look, that's tuna fish on a penis. I think I'm hungry. Or they would open the door, and that'd be the first thing they see is him like, what do you think, huh? You want some tuna fish?
Wait. But alas, my friend, they were not hungry.
No, they weren't.
In
fact, they were all very skinny now and lesbians because of
other approaches did not. Other approaches did not work. I couldn't even.
No. All right, Duke. My question, because I am very invested now. Did your advances fail? Therefore, you were like, I must put tuna fish on my penis to rectify this.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
What's crazy is there was
crazier things have happened.
It's tuna fish. You could have went to their door, pulled your pants down, and just done it real quick. You prepped yourself in the room next door. Like you took time with this. We did. We wanted to make sure you looked good for your people. Okay, we wanted to make sure you presented yourself properly, and you did.
I don't know. In retrospect, 3 drunk white guys with like tuna on one of the dicks knocking at your door at 2 a.m.
It's pretty terrifying.
In retrospect, we woke up the next morning and my buddy Randy had tuna fish all over his face, and I do not know how it got there.
That sounds like Brian's next horror short, honestly.
Tuna Dick.
Tuna Dick.
Ever since then, Panjo and Kiana have been calling me Tuna Dick for years.
Oh, wow. I think you earned the title fairly.
I keep thinking of like the guy who had to clean that window the next day. It's like, man, that smells really weird, but it looks like the shape of a dick.
He probably
rubbed
thought
your tuna-covered penis on the windows of what? In the hotel? A car? What?
The hotel window,
The
the,
hotel
front
windows.
window.
Huh? Yeah, like why use a towel? Just
those janitors are dirty. They probably thought somebody scored. They're like, you smell that? It went down, huh? Like they got in it. They got with it. They're like,
I
okay.
thought
They licked it.
The way the story started, I thought Duke was gonna be like, yeah, like he was gonna tell you guys, I got both those bitches, bro. Smell my dick.
No,
It was
Eli.
way more pathetic.
Eli,
Way sadder
yeah,
than that.
I don't think you heard the story. You just thought he got the bitches, and I don't think you understood that he put tuna fish on his dick.
I mean,
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that
That's what I was
approach was
thinking.
just very flawed. Very flawed.
I think it was.
at the time,
I
goddamn
think
it.
that was super smooth, if anything.
A for
It was
effort.
like
Alcohol's a hell of a drug. I'll say that.
Tuna fish is
Oh,
a hell of a
yeah,
fish.
you got,
Tuna
crackers
fish is a
and
hell of a-
doink.
You know
Tuna's
what?
a hell of a
like the
fish.
last text message I sent to Panjo, I sent him a screenshot of me listening to Simple Kill during my workout. It was like a month and a half ago, if that. And he's like, best shit I think we ever put out. He's like, by the way, just so you know, that song's about an eating disorder, so it fits while I'm working out.
What is that like a finger down my throat? Like a finger
Yeah,
down my
especially from the
throat?
silhouette.
Yep. Yeah, I know that's one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, Josh, that some people have formed the consensus that the three of you males had a threesome in that hotel that night. You want to confirm or deny or clarify? For
I
the
cannot
viewers?
confirm
No,
nor
I'm-
deny.
Okay. Let's just go with the fifth.
Denial.
Let's plead the fifth on this one. I like that better.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I
God.
woke up with tuna fish
Keep
in my
'em
mouth.
guessing.
Everybody smelled like tuna fish afterwards
Oh,
for just
God.
saying that.
Everybody
How
did.
long were you guys in the band with him?
Like
one
3
day.
years.
One day.
3 years.
One day, the tuna fish. That was after the tuna fish. That was it. Band's over.
And that's when we were like, you know what? We should probably not be in this band with this guy. There's all this crazy shit happened. in
Banjo
one
just
day.
didn't appreciate the smell of tuna fish everywhere. He's like, it just always
He's like,
stinks
Well,
like
that's
fish.
actually
no
what
wonder
happened.
band practice smells
You
like
know what
shit.
really sucks is I love these sons of bitches, and I have a whole bunch. And you just,
Eli just got a bright
I
idea.
was at work all the time.
yeah, but you
He just happens to have
anymore.
tuna
I know
right
what
next
you
to
do
him.
with them.
I can't anymore. Yeah,
We're
you
gonna-
don't use the little
Comics
spoon
and
in here, do
tuna.
you, you freak.
I'm gonna hear something
I
crazy
use
on the
dick like a
next
spoon.
podcast. Like, listen, I thought
Literally,
Duke,
at
I thought
Hans
Duke
Reed-
was onto
at
something.
Hans Reed, he has tuna
I know he had tuna fish there the whole time, like he was prepared
for Panjo.
Yeah.
For Panjo.
and tuna dick.
Tuna dick
Duke.
for
For
Panjo.
Duke. For Duke and
That sounds like a
Panjo.
children's book. I don't know why.
That's how
I
Duke made
will
it to
say
the
that
chat.
I once played a show in Miami Beach, like where Panjo was living at the time, and it was in this hotel that I guess the
Put the
area
tuna
where
down.
people do the weddings and stuff like that. It was very, very Jewish. Like all the books on the walls were all in Hebrew and stuff like that. And Panjo could literally see me be very uncomfortable being there. Cause I'm just surrounded. I was like, I know nothing. I'm not a religious person.
Hello.
Very
That's what you
comforting. Walks me through it all.
just say H's like that. Hello, everybody.
There was the most Jewish I think I'd ever seen Panjo be. He's like reading from the book.
Oh no
He's like,
shit.
Yeah, it
That's
was
awesome.
fantastic. Huh?
And he was doing like the and all the whatever
Well, he
it
could tell
is.
me I didn't fucking. He could tell that I didn't understand what the fuck was going on in the book. I had it in my hand looking.
That's one side of Panjo we don't have recorded, like
No.
the legit Jewish side. Like I know jokes
Yeah.
aside, but the legit, like somewhere there's him reading the Torah. What is it, left to right, or I don't know how it goes.
Yeah,
Upside down, backwards.
Yeah, doing a handstand
okay,
or something
so he
like that.
actually practiced.
It was his lyrics. No, I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know he took it that seriously. To be honest, wasn't he an atheist?
No,
Maybe later,
Actually,
but
no.
he was an atheist Jew.
He was an atheist, though. He believed in God.
Yeah.
So then,
Remember, he
all right,
was
definitely not an
Jewish.
atheist.
He just grew up very, very Jewish.
Yeah.
the old
Ish.
gag.
Just he would just hide it from everybody. But during the holidays, Jew it up, baby.
Yeah, he was an
Yeah,
Ish
he would
Jew.
always
An
joke
Ish
about
Jew.
it.
He would hide it during the holidays and Holocaust.
He wasn't Jewish.
Like if
he
you
was
if
Ish
you
Jew.
look at his in his any of his profiles, there's always pictures of him spending multiple Christmases with multiple different people.
I spent one of those
He's
Christmases
always
with
like, I'm
him.
the Jew at Christmas type thing. Like
He was Jewish when in a good poker night.
Yeah, word. That just completed the podcast.
I
Thank
went
you.
home with all my chips. I didn't spend a thing.
Man, the nights that when he would take, it was a good night when he would come to the house and he would just take us out to dinner, like all expenses paid. It was amazing.
He hit big.
Amazing. Yeah. Leather jacket.
Did anybody else
his
during
Elvis Presley hair.
Oh.
Yeah. You knew it was on. It's like, okay, we're going
Y'all want to go out for some dinner?
Yeah, so we're going out tonight. All right. Yeah. It was great. Great.
what were you saying?
Well, after the tuna penis story, did anybody else start flashbacking to
Getting hard?
unfortunate events where you maybe had relations with a lady you maybe wouldn't normally?
No.
Well, I did. I just had a whole flashback.
How's that
And,
go?
Was it Panjo?
It was Panjo.
Was it
sure.
an iceberg?
Oh man! Shut up! with the fucking
So you
derailing
had gay
goddamn
sex.
microphone.
Okay, Joe.
I just
I get it.
See, you can't say that. You can't go shut up, man, because now we know it bothers you, and we're just gonna keep poking.
No.
Since we're
Do
talking about
do
Panjo.
not be mistaken.
Oh God.
I say shut up with complete peace in my heart.
I would like to hear your story though,
Well, I mean, I've
because
said it
now
before on the
you're being
podcast, but
truthful, and something brought it up. Go ahead.
Tell us the
I
oral
was.
story.
This is back when I was, taking drugs, and
I was joking.
blacked out. Huh?
I said
Which
I was
one?
joking. I didn't want to hear it.
Sure, you do.
I did.
And,
I would love to. Please.
I came to, and I was on top of this woman that I vowed I would never be on top of.
Oh
and
no.
my
Panjo.
reaction was to jump back. I remember her look. I jumped back and I went ogre, and yeah, and well that ended weird.
Oh my
We were in a
God.
Ferris wheel, and then I ended up on top of her in a bedroom somewhere. So yeah, end of the story.
The worst part about that is
Ogre.
I tuned out halfway through, and then when I tuned out, I just heard fucking on a Ferris wheel, and that's the end of the story. I was
Eli
where
had
did this
sex
go?
with Shrek somewhere in an amusement park.
Somebody.
I hate to sound so cold and harsh, but that's kind of
Somebody once told me the
Almost jumped out of a Ferris wheel is what you're saying.
Another
That puts
sad
me to-
story.
I remember
Not
that
worth it.
I took a bunch of Xanax and drank before we went on the Ferris wheel, and then I blacked out on the Ferris wheel, and then when I came to,
Yeah.
I was on top of her in my friend's bedroom,
Oh shit.
and then I went, "Oh my God, ogre!" and I ran away.
When you came to,
Yeah, came to all over the
you
place.
ogre.
So you're on top of her, but were you
When you came on
inside
somebody.
Thank God, no. Thank God, no.
Okay. That's not as
Fucking
interesting.
Josh.
Oh my God.
See him
Oh my
dying in the
God.
background. Oh.
Eli,
I legitimately thought you were
so
calling back.
so
What does this have to do with Panjo?
so Eli fucked Shrek. So Vishnu
Well,
is
no.
I like how we're all like we
Is-
had really good
is
time
putting the
about
Smash
Panjo,
Mouth
and
theme song
fucking-
in. I feel like they're not getting it.
I just love that we're all like, yeah, this is a great story about Panjo. This is a great story about Panjo. He's like,
Somebody
I had
once
sex with an ogre.
Didn't actually fuck her, but Hey, look, Duke was going after two biggins, and this was a biggin. It all connects.
You son of a
It
bitch.
checks out.
yeah, but his big one had to do with Panjo.
Yes, and tuna fish and applying tuna fish. But yes, I'm glad that we got to share all of ourselves.
And tuna dick. Yeah,
transparently
we
today.
forgot about the tuna dick part.
And by
Talking
the way,
about
I hate
dicks.
to be the
Wow.
Error of bad news.
no, that's very bad news. The guy who would promote something because I haven't done anything, but I just feel that if you want to
Why do we
hear
have
more
Trevor's face
about
on the
Panjo,
screen?
I have 3 hours with it's just me and him telling me all the stories about health scares, music, and everything.
Take it
So-
from the man himself. Yeah. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's from the man himself. And you can hear the compassion and why everybody was so naturally drawn to him. Just by looking the broadcast on YouTube and look up Benjamin Panjo Suite. And it will come up. If nothing else, that is worth it. Just 3 hours of him talking.
Oh yeah.
I
There he
intend to
is.
revisit
There's a
that.
couple really good ones too with him, and Eli as well, right?
Yeah.
Even though it got some asshole tried to use it to prove that the statute of limitations wasn't over and they could arrest me for some of the things I spoke about, which was ridiculous. Shots fired, whatever. Hey, look, Panjo's
nerd phase.
But by the way, some context for this video. Drake's album just came out. And he was like a closet Drake's fan, and he loved it. So that's why he's saying.
I love it.
Look how cute Trevor looks.
I know he looks like what was that band that Christian band?
Is that a 13?
We were meant to live so much. Switchfoot Trevor over here.
Switchfoot.
Oh boy. Okay. This is only a 4-second video. So what happens here?
It's just a video.
He was just shouting. He was giving shout out to Drake's new album.
Drake's new album is so good.
You weren't joking.
Drake's new album.
That's all he kept talking about that night.
thought you were
like, what's up, Panjo? And he would just keep saying that.
Beer in his hand?
Yes.
But
allegedly,
I thought Vish was setting up the clip. Like, oh no, he's talking about Drake's new album, and then it's Panjo saying Drake's new album, and then
oh, this is so good.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my
That's
god,
a good
That
clip.
is a rarity right there because he didn't drink very much.
it's like getting a clear footage of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It wasn't, Panjo.
Or was
This
it
is
just
like
for the video.
This is like
That's
younger Panjo because he like I think for most that I've known him or like the last few years, he was all facial hair, goatee or
Yeah.
some kind of
Full
beard,
bearded.
So this is a younger Panjo, and look, he has his little
He still might have been
ear
in his
things
20s in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Probably.
this is how I know of Panjo. Like I haven't seen him like in terms of
that
like how he
fucking
looks
O'Malley?
afterwards. No, this is
Where
Panjo.
is that?
Aside from his Frodo look, as I always told him.
Duke was asking where that is. You remember where you took that video?
Maybe. I have no idea.
Somebody.
Just look at the background. I have no idea this. I want to say O'Malley's maybe.
It does kind
That's
of
what
look
I'm
like O'Malley's,
guessing, yeah.
I want to say 'cause there's tables there. I remember like sitting here for.
Can I vote for comment of the night, like best comment of the night?
Please.
I'm going to. Katie responded to the the ogre story with, after I yelled ogre, did she yell donkey? And then here's my favorite one. Or did she tell you to get out of her swamp? I like that the best. Well done, Katie. You win.
Oh, so I guess I didn't explain just really quick. After
Hang on. Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
a
yes.
couple other incidents, Panjo and I were actually at each other's throats for the tour for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That was like, he's like, you better behave. He's like, you better behave.
You almost got us kicked off tour. Drunk Duke
Yeah,
almost
like-
got us booted off tour because he's crazy.
Overtime
Duke
took
gets
over.
drunk?
Speaking of
What?
alcohol,
Duke, what'd you
Eli,
do? Tell him what you did. Duke
Very bad.
Duke went behind. Duke just started walking behind the bar at the venue. Started pouring himself drinks, and then he goes to the bartender. He's like something about, you want to fuck tonight? He's like, and she's like, no. He's like, well, I'll fuck you tomorrow night. And he just walked away, and that was the owner's wife.
By the way, so in that interview I
What
had with
venue?
Andrew, he's like, yeah, and we almost got kicked off a tour. And I was like, what happened? He's like, I can't tell that story.
He's
And now I know.
What
Yeah.
venue was that?
What
Do you
venue?
remember?
What venue?
It was the first night.
I know, yeah, it was the first show we actually played.
Wow.
Oh
Duke,
my
you just became my
God.
hero. Not only my friend, but my
Culture
hero.
room. Sorry,
was
Gary.
bad.
That was a
we
sober
had this
Panjo.
little powwow where he was like, look, man, I love you and I respect what you do and shit. And I like
I
having
just
a
don't
little
respect
fun.
that.
But yeah, he's just like, come on, clean it up a little bit. And I did. I was like sober for 2 days.
Well
did.
done.
And then I eased back into it and I was fine the rest of the tour. Everything was great. But
I was like the
yeah,
Duke. I
a
was
little
like,
too-
fuck
little too
that,
hard.
man. You
I
gotta
can just imagine
drink.
Panjo being like, this is night one. We're
Yeah.
dealing with this. This
Yep.
isn't 3 weeks into a tour.
night one.
This is
Yeah.
a Panjo who didn't drink yet, didn't smoke. So he
Didn't
was just like,
smoke
he was
before, yeah.
disgusted by Duke's demeanor. He was like, you fucking amateur.
Sorry.
What is this, amateur hour?
Well,
Yeah.
it's okay. So I
Everybody
don't. I
was
don't.
worried about that was culture. Wait, that was that culture room?
No.
Oh, I was getting ready to fucking say.
Yeah, hell no.
Fuck what?
Hell
I
no.
think that was Mokina, Illinois.
Oh, Jesus. That's
Middle
no
of
fucking nowhere.
Okay, so let's go back to the origin story. So,
Go ahead.
when was your first meeting? Okay, I guess it's with Duke, right?
When I first met Panjo?
Yeah.
That's a good question. It had to
Probably
been
tried out for
Or have heard of him. Like I guess. Yeah.
Oh no, I knew Simple Kill like
Okay.
in the mute like growing up in
we
South
all heard
Florida.
from
Yeah.
Simple Kill.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So
Actually, I know where we used to go to Jeff's, so we would see him there
That's true.
and go to some of the rehearsals and whatever. Or whatever band Jeff was in at the moment. Sometimes Panjo would come over too. And yeah, I think that might have been the first time you met him, right, Josh?
I loved Simple Kill. You fast forward a few years, I was in a band with Panjo. I was in a band with John. I hung out and recorded and was in a cover band with Jeff. And in the Matt, I would see at like random places, and we never had a bad thing or a bad time between one another.
The only person you missed was Carrie, but I don't think you knew.
Yeah, I didn't know Carrie. I didn't know Simple Kill Carrie.
Yeah,
but it's still
what
fucking
a small
crazy.
world, man. What a small world. Wow.
I did the Mudvayne cover band with Jeff.
Oh, that's right. When he was doing like those shows,
were you in the band with the mask?
Cover it?
No, I wasn't in the open. I wasn't in a band with him. I was in the cover bands and just like would go over and like hang out.
He would recruit new people.
Duke and I would record stuff there. We did many recordings there while he was doing his recording studio. So
But yeah, we at the beginning we were
rehearsed
just
it too.
fanboying out, and our singer and Josh and everybody was kind of like, I don't want to say starstruck, but kind of, like going over to the Lair to watch them fucking practice for their show was like amazing. Oh my God, it's Simple Kill.
Definitely
fanboy. That's where I first started podcasting, over at that studio.
Yep.
I mean, imagine I
It was
was
recorded in the live
his fucking roommate. I was just like, like I opened the door. It's Panjo.
I know.
Hey, there he is.
Right.
You want to smoke weed? Fuck yeah. I just got this button playing this game, Uncharted. What?
So
Oh, yeah.
speaking of, stealing band members, That's what I did. That's what Josh and I did to Simple Kill for a couple years after they broke up.
That's what I was saying. We were in a band with Panjo. We were in a band with John.
Imagine waking up early as fuck in the morning, drinking coffee, and just getting smoked out by Panjo. What a life. What a fucking life.
And then you go blame fucking a piece of shit on him because he's mentally because he's got health problems. But no, that's a piece of shit with health problems. That's not my shit.
I mean, I would
The
see him
funniest
connected to his
thing-
machine. I'm thinking like, oh my God, he's gonna die. He's like, you want to smoke weed? I'm like, fuck that. Let's just smoke weed.
I've seen Panjo many times in the morning.
You want to smoke?
Looking shaggy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, do you know the Culture Room? There's a hotel. I don't even know if it's still there, but right around the corner from the Culture Room, there's this shisty little hotel.
Yeah.
So all the bands that used to want to feel cool, they'd always just get a hotel room, get trashed, and like stumble over there.
Some shit.
Yeah, something stupid as fuck like that. I'd seen Panjo come out of there multiple times, disheveled, just looking beat, like because we'd been partying all night.
Apologies for the interruption. I want to say good night to Actions Not Distractions, Justin, and to Mishka. Good night, and thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you.
Much love. It's not the typical show. We're hanging out and kind of talking about our friends. So hopefully, you know, that's all understood.
It's a pity party.
It is a pity party. Let me see them pitties.
And if anything, if anybody does any actual thing for Panjo, of course, we'll probably all be there.
There's talks of a memorial show.
I was just going to bring that up. Yeah.
I know that I've learned the mother doesn't want to really do a proper funeral, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Actually, we'll read that off. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah.
And that may change with the donations, though. I don't know if she has enough, maybe, but as far as I'm concerned, and I understood, she really doesn't want to. She just wants a memorial.
I'm paraphrasing. She said that she doesn't. Sorry, Trevor spoke to the mom and said that to his mom that she doesn't want to do like a Jewish funeral. She says it's just too depressing. It's too sad.
Right.
Yeah.
And what she wants to do is like get all the bands together and just play one massive show for him.
That's awesome.
So
That'd be really cool.
Amazing. Like November. So I'm gonna drive down or fly down to South Florida for that.
It's
Oh,
it's
please.
changing from October to
Oh, wait,
November.
you don't live down here anymore.
Yeah.
No.
I totally fucking forgot about
Right
that.
now.
You know, and with all due respect, I mean, that has to happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%. It has to be a fucking yearly thing.
I'm sorry.
Why one time?
Yeah.
This might sound like lackluster, Duke, but I really
It's time to
would
start
like
a band,
hang out
Eli.
with you with me not being the old drunk Eli asshole or whatever, you know. Make up
Likewise,
for.
man. Yeah, come up
Yeah.
to Atlanta.
I would love to fucking get
You know
to
what's funny?
Florida.
It's time to
I was
start a
just
band,
thinking-
Eli. You're going to be in the band now. That's it.
I was
Gonna be
just
the
thinking that, you got the
Eli
guys
would
from
be a
Simple
front
Kill
man.
together to play. It's just like nobody's going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like if you get the best screamers that were Panjo's friends to do it, it's still.
But that's not the point. The point is not to be
Yeah.
Panjo. The point is to
No,
pay
I
tribute
know,
to him.
I
You know.
know.
So like, of course, I would like honestly, if there was somebody who could be better, I'd be like, you better fucking suck ass tonight.
No, in that case, it should just
You
be
better
just
drop the
multiple
fucking
singles.
ball.
I would say just multiple singers instead of just one person.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. To get
Yeah,
as many
but I
people as you
actually
can.
agree with what Brock is talking about. Yeah, I actually mean like on his side on that one. Be right back. I gotta go pee pee.
Pee. Yeah. Word.
I'm gonna be the iceberg captain again,
Oh
and
boy, here it comes.
yeah. Look,
Edward Smith.
Coming.
We're gonna be a man down.
Iceberg ahead.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna go get some fucking dinner before my night's
Bitch,
end.
it is
Come
midnight.
before bed. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, dude, I've only had lunch today. I'm gonna have a very small.
I believe the
dinner.
first meal is called breakfast, sir. So that's all you've
You
had
know,
is
I-
breakfast so far. That's what you broke the fast with.
I've been eating honey oat cereal, but I didn't have that today. The power outage shit fucked up all my hours. But anyway, this has been lovely. I love getting all of us together. I can't wait till we hang out for real. And Josh and I have been talking about a little revamp, a little restructure for Stuck in the Middle, and I'm looking forward to that and that growth. Aside from that, though, thank you all for having me. And
Thank you.
Panjo, we all
Thank you
miss
for being
brother.
on your show.
What's it? Thank you for being on your show. Yeah. That's all I got. I love
Bye,
you.
bitch.
Nice to talk to you, Eli, bitch.
Well, I'll tell you too, like
Brock's the maddest.
Panjo, like behind the scenes, Eli, like even like he would just say like I fucking I love Eli, he's just, and then he would
Yeah.
tell you about like the things he didn't like about you, but then he would just tell you like you fucking love you, he's like this and this, right? So like I don't want you to think like anything was unresolved, like just
No. We
Yeah.
were definitely at peace, man. Like,
Good.
I mean,
Okay.
I remember our last conversation almost verbatim, and we were just talking about how much we missed each other. And because I never really let go of things, I again described how I regretted how I behaved, and he was like, "Dude, it's nothing, bro." And yeah, and I wish we could have followed through on those plans, but
Every single one of us here, man.
So many
yeah,
plans. I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
And these losses are forever a lesson in not taking this brotherhood, our camaraderie for granted. No matter the shit we've all had with one another, I do love you guys like family. That's never going to change. And any opportunity when it arises to hang out, I'm all over that shit. So
Hey, Eli, I need you to know something. If something ever happens to me, 100% I'm holding a grudge. Just know.
please do.
going to
Okay.
the grave with the grudge.
the whole time.
You're involved? That's terrible.
I'm gonna be
Right
jealous.
before
You're
I'm
gonna start
like,
you're gonna be
"Fuck Eli."
you'll be the
That means
first
you
you'll be
come
the
back
first
as a
member.
ghost to haunt us, then.
You'll be the first
Dude, I'll come back with my ghost ass lung pussy.
Brock.
Want
If you
some ghost lung pussy, bro? That's how you get it. Cause
Brock, if
Look
you
at
go
that
Brock, if you go
fucking
first,
long
I actually would be jealous because you'd be the first member to join Panjo.
Damn.
Join his new band.
That's the band. The band's called The Grudge, dude.
Could you imagine, bro? This guy's showing up on stage and is like, and every angel's like, "Yo, be my man."
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I know.
Oh,
You'd
God.
be like, "Dang,
Are you
man." I'd be like,
Simple
"Shot."
Kill?
Like,
wait, diabetes?
Yeah.
Diabetes.
No, like
I'd be the first one
where
to go.
he
He'd be
is-
like diabetes. I'd be like, I was shot, dude. Let's fucking play.
Austin opener. All right.
Where Panjo is, there's no need for glucose or insulin anymore, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
You know what the
he's
shitty
dead.
Part
Yeah,
is
that's right.
just like in a real music scene, you just sit around waiting for one of the drummers to show up. Me and Panjo, him.
It's where the
screaming
beaties
in
go to
fucking guitar.
die.
The beaties
So
go-
one of our drummer friends dies.
It's where
Brock,
the
I do wanna
beaties
ask,
go to
He finally beat the
die.
Beatus.
Yeah.
In
He died
the
the
bands,
beaties.
what was your instrument? What did you do in the
Guitar.
bands?
Background
Guitar.
vocals.
Panjo would
And
love
Duke, what were you?
Guitars.
Same thing. Guitar and
Background vocals.
Guitar,
Sorry.
And Josh, you were the bass guy.
Bassist.
Unfortunately,
This
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, the bass guy. That's what they
The
called me
bass-
too. That's how they treated me. Like the bass. They
I
didn't
don't
even
know
call me
if I
by
was-
my name.
I
They
was
just said,
thinking
"Get
of
the
one of those-
bass guy over
One
here."
of those fish that's like
What Josh did, he's just like, oh yeah, you think I'm just a bass guy? Fine, I'm getting 2 more strings.
Yeah.
I'm keeping up with you bitches.
Now I have
And
6.
Vishnu, you were a drum guy.
a multi-instrumentalist. But
Vishnu
yeah,
is Kezia and falsetto.
yeah, I did start playing drums, but yeah, I guess known in the
He's a jack of all trades.
You're a
He's being
guitarist
humble.
and backup
guitarist,
singer.
and backup singer. Yeah,
So you got 3 guitarists and backup singers and a bassist.
yeah.
This whole podcast is full
Not
of
even-
Depending on the
Still
band,
start a
I'm either
band.
the drummer
Yeah.
or the
No
singer
drummer.
or the guitarist and the singer and
Yeah, I hang in the
I
pocket.
or the one that writes all the songs and you're the one that performs.
Oh boy, oh
Put it
but
on your
whoa.
dick.
Put it on your
Tuna
dick.
dick.
Put it on your dick.
Tuna
Tuna dick.
dick.
Tuna dick.
How do y'all think
Tuna
I'm feeding
dick.
myself tonight?
Tuna
Gonna
dick.
brace on the
Tuna
tip.
dick. Do it.
Oh,
I'm
You
gonna
gonna do it?
I'm gonna go.
A couple years ago.
I'm
Tuna.
gonna kneel it down. It's gonna go. boing,
Tuna
boing.
dick.
I'm gonna
Tuna
cut
dick.
Tuna from my dick into. Well, I'm not
Eli's gonna
saying
play
this all
just-
out. All right, I'm at.
All right,
That's
enjoy
how I'm
that
closing.
tuna. Lick it off at the end.
Yep, this sounds great. Okay.
I don't want to
Back
see
the
your
dick.
dog with tuna fish on its mouth tomorrow morning with a picture. My little buddy's got tuna fish all over his face. I don't know why.
That
then-
was Randy.
And then it's just licking
Time
his
Eli walks
face.
around, somebody's like, why does it smell like fucking fish?
Sorry, that's my pants. I have tuna fish on my penis.
I heard a
Why?
funny story last night. You wouldn't understand.
Yeah. Oh no, it's an inside joke. Don't worry.
Holy shit! It's almost 12:30.
I think we did about 2 hours.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
And-
Really?
I've got to be up in 4 hours for work.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
There you go. Yeah, I mean,
Eli just ran off.
yeah, I know you should have stayed like 2 more seconds. We would have got out of here.
I guess the tuna dick.
Like
better
I
this
had
way.
all these, like I had just in case. I was like, if we don't, but I fucking knew like it's gonna be a Panjo, which is what it should have been and which it
A
should be.
Panjo,
So
yes.
just a
Love you,
Panjo.
Panjo. Love you, Panjo.
So
If
yeah,
you ever want to know what a Panjo
Little quick,
was,
little
that's
quick,
what
little
this
quick,
was.
quick playthrough of that video right quick for Panjo.
I'm gonna put that full screen. And also, if there's one Kezia song you think we should go out with,
Yo,
from,
can you put on Rodeo Massacre?
I can. But the
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's called.
but I was asking Vishnu Duke.
He likes it over
Duke Nu. Duke Nu. Vish Duke. This is a wait for it moment.
This O'Malley's.
Wait for it moment.
there. Waiting for it. Sound.
Sometimes that sounds stupid.
Wow, that's fucking awesome. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Anyways.
That was pretty cool.
Song I think is called. Starts with the S.
S starts with the S. What was this? Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune? May I buy an S, please?
Do you have the playlist?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna pull it
If I
up
see
right,
it, then I'll be like, that's it right there.
right meow.
Trevor.
Meow.
Yeah.
Trevor
Vishnu,
Talbot.
you were in this band. You should know.
Trevor Talbot. It's because we call it fire legs, and I noticed they call it something different.
Yeah, when Kita's legs caught on fire.
When
they
Kita's
called it
legs caught on
fire
fire,
legs.
yeah.
Oh my
fire
god, I forgot about that.
You remember
Holy
that?
shit.
Holy shit.
That was a while ago.
Terrible.
Before we play the song, I just want to obviously thank one Brock Caro, friend of the show, for coming on. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely,
Thanks
man.
for
See you,
saying
man.
your things about
Yeah,
Panjo.
yeah, absolutely. It was good to see you, Duke.
Yeah, man.
And with that
And you
Duke
guys
as
too,
well, dude.
Vishnu
Paul,
and
Paul the
Josh.
producer.
Fuck Eli.
Poor Panjo. Poor Eli. I was just telling Eli that Panjo told me behind the scenes. He's like, I fucking hate that guy.
You were just trying to make him feel better.
Yeah, I was just trying to make him feel better, but Panjo was just like, that guy hates you. I
Call me
hate him.
tuna dick over and over again. What the fuck?
So yeah, Paul, the producer, as we call him, Duke Stevenson. Thank you, sir, for coming on as well. And new to the show, Vishnu. Vishnu. Thank you, buddy, for coming on. Thank you, everyone, for coming on and sharing
Thank you.
their Panjo stories.
Yes. See you guys later.
So with that, yeah, what's the name of the song?
I gotta scroll down.
Oh yeah,
Hello. Still alive.
Why you gotta pick that song?
Because
what's the name of it?
Still, the mouse is literally right over it, so it's meant
What's it
to
called?
be still alive.
That's the song you
because
want to play?
Panjo is still alive.
Okay.
Okay. I can't.
He didn't kill himself.
I don't, he didn't Epstein himself. Is this a conspiracy theory?
This is the chemical water talking. There's a storm happening in my head.
No, this is.
You should just take me to the terminal. My whole life has become one big rodeo massacre.
Listen,
isn't it midnight hour actually right now?
If I knew that, if I know well too, Panjo loved himself some dark humor and would be right in here with us having fun and saying the same exact shit.
Yeah.
So if people are like a little off put, well, you didn't know Panjo, so I'm sorry you're upset. Yeah. So with that said, yeah, let's play. It's Still Alive. That's the song you wanted to play.
Yes.
What's it called?
Still Alive.
Okay. Just making sure. Just double checking and triple checking. I'm going to play that. Let's see. Boom. Awesome.
You upgrade your whole studio, but you're still like,
well, dude, I can't like when I put my big monitor thing here, I should have put it higher. So my main screen is blocking me. Yeah, I know. It's so stupid. But thank you, everyone, for coming on. Thank you for those of we even stayed on YouTube. So there you go. Lucky for you. Bish, Brock, Duke, thank you so much. I hope to hang out with you guys again. Panjo, we love you so much, man.
Yeah, brother.
Rock on, man.
It's just not what I expected it to be. It's just not what I expected it to be. It's just not what I expected it to be.